Just talk. 24%. What? 24%. Your child is gonna become a apostate. Your child is gonna become an apostate. 24%. What? 24%. Your child is gonna become an apostate. Your child is gonna become an apostate.
One of the more shocking things that I have experienced over the course of those years are the number of young boys and girls who have openly declared their apostasy to me.
Just talk. 24%. What? 24%. Your child is gonna become an apostate.
You're imagining this deformed thing, and they say it moves, and you're imagining it hopping, and they go, oh, but don't imagine it. And you're thinking, well, it's a bit late, mate. Not imagine it. Don't imagine it. Don't imagine it. It's a bit late for that. Don't imagine it. Don't imagine it.
The Quran says that Allah has one eye, and another ayah says He has multiple eyes. Multiple eyes. And both of Allah's hands are right hands. Both of them are right. How? I don't know. Don't try. Don't try.
Don't imagine it. Don't imagine it. It's a bit late for that. Don't imagine it. Don't imagine it.
The fingers of Allah are mentioned. The shin of Allah is mentioned. The face of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioned. So all these are a direct indication that Allah has got a shape.
How? I don't know.
Don't imagine it. Don't imagine it. It's a bit late for that. Don't imagine it. Don't imagine it. Let me dumb this down for you guys. This one, God, body parts. This one, no body parts.
Oh man, I miss that guy. I miss that guy.
I love that guy. That guy's so awesome.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't laugh anymore like he used to.
Yeah, the Muslims killed it.
Muslims killed his humor.
That's
That's I think.
that ticks me off more than almost anything they do when they silence someone who's hilarious and is exposing really stupid stuff, and they break him, man. That's messed up.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. So welcome guys to the live stream today. As you guys can see, we got the Dizzle, the Deliminator, we got Chris, we got myself and Daughter of Christ. And yeah, we're just talking about Mufti Abu Layth. If you guys don't know who he is, he used to do a lot of funny content, and then Muhammad Hijab put him at risk, and Muslims actually came to his house and they bashed his windows and traumatized his wife and his kids for life. He wasn't in the house, but they were throwing bricks or rocks into his house, and he's still on YouTube. Well. Yeah, during the night, he's still on YouTube, but he does not, that part of his soul kind of died. So it's really sad.
And that's what it looked like was going to happen to Lubna, even though she wasn't attacking Islam. She was just attacking people that were doing really wrong things, but we would know because of Islam. And then they doxed her, found out where she lived, doxed her, were threatening her, and she had to move and so on. But it sounded like she was saying, I'm just not going to talk about this stuff anymore. I'm going to talk about other things. But fortunately, when she got to a safer place, she decided to start talking about what she wanted to talk about. It'd be cool if Mufti Layth were able to do that somehow. Just come to America, man. We love you, dude. We love you.
That'd be great. That'd be great. So yeah, guys, Islamic dilemma. So Chris is actually 50,000 words into a book on the Islamic dilemma. You want to talk a little bit about that, Chris?
Yeah, I'd love to, man. So I'm writing the Islamic dilemma book. I think it's going to be called The Islamic Dilemma, and it's going to be basically.
You'd better get yours out before mine, then, buddy. Or they're going to be.
Yeah.
Or we'll have to have different subtitles or something.
True. But I'm totally gonna beat you through this. Just saying, David. And my book, which will obviously be the better one, will be about 60,000-ish words. I don't know what it's going to end up being, but it's going to be a comprehensive study guide and also an explanation of the Islamic dilemma and it's going to be able to teach people who basically don't know much about it how to present the argument in what I think is the best way of presenting it. And yeah, it's going really well. I've got some amazing people helping in the background, which is awesome. And yeah, I'm expected to have it done hopefully by the beginning of the new year. And then I just got to get make a book cover for it and like copy editor to go through it, and then it will be published.
Hey, everyone. I hope you caught that. People are like, oh, Chris has 50,000 words and David has, I haven't counted, but it's less than 55,000. But why does Chris have more words? And he just admitted it. He's got people helping him. I'm solo, baby. Solo. So who's really doing the most work? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So I was actually thinking, instead of since we have a whole community that's been studying the Islamic dilemma, I was actually thinking of like some of the parts where I'm kind of like, how do I put this, or what's the best? I'm thinking of like I could just, hey, what do you guys think? How should this go? How should this section go, or what could I do with this chapter? Because I'm not liking the way I'm divided up and stuff like that. That might be. Hey, I got a problem. I don't trust people when I'm doing so. I don't trust people like writing scripts for me or editing my videos or something like that. Got trust issues, man. Trust issues.
I get that. So like for me, it's literally just in a Google Doc at the moment, which I probably shouldn't have done a Google Doc because it's not made for this. But anyway, I have people just leaving suggestions. So they leave comments. So they're not actually doing anything. Most of it is just them saying, hey, you misspelled this, or you could phrase this better.
You hear that, everyone? Chris can't spell. You know who can spell? D. Wood. If you want an Islamic dilemma book with completely accurate spelling, here's your guy. If you want some gibberish for barely literate people who can't tell the difference, that's your stuff. No, as far as I can tell, yours is going to be more in depth. So these will work together, guys. These will work together. These will be the 1-2 punch. The 1-2 punch.
Absolutely, man. It's going to be awesome.
So, Chris, the question is if you will shoot for like a 77,000 word count so you can produce something like the Quran.
I'm thinking it might end up getting close to that, if not reaching that, just because I keep going like through stuff and being like, hey, I forgot this bit. I've got to add this really important bit to the book. And then like a few thousand words later, I'm like, oh man, it keeps creeping up in size. So, but yeah, I think it's around 230 pages, like, which isn't that bad. So yeah, it might end up reaching the Quran. Nice. Who knows?
All right, guys, we have a couple people in the queue already. So why don't we take some people up? Yeah. So you guys basically, so people want to hear from you.
Hello. Hello, everyone. God bless you all. I was just staying quiet because I wanted to hear how this book battle was going to end. And I don't know. I'm still in the middle. Depends which one of you finished the book first, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll buy a copy and then Jar will buy the other one.
We could do that. All right, guys. So as is normally the case, if there's a Muslim, we will prioritize the Muslim. By the way, there's a lot of Dawah wars going on X right now on Twitter. Maybe we'll talk about that after some calls. But welcome everybody. And we will prioritize the Muslims. But if you are a Christian and you have questions about the Islamic dilemma, you can come ask Chris and David and ourselves, and hopefully we'll be able to answer your questions. So let me see if I still remember how to set this thing up. You do this one, and I think it's this one. And we're going to go with T, our first guest. Welcome to the live stream, T.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello, guys. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. God bless you guys and God bless your work. I'm Christian, I'm not Muslim. So
God bless you.
Thank you, man.
I wanted to ask a couple of questions about the Islamic dilemma when they say that the Hawariyun, the disciples of Jesus, right? In the Quran, does it say that the Hawariyun will be victorious over the disbelievers? because they say it's the true followers of Jesus, which is Muslims, quote unquote, as if they are the true followers. How to answer that? That they are the true followers, not the Christians or the Hawariyun in the context. Does the verse say it's Hawariyun, or it talks about generally about the followers of Jesus? Because they say it's Muslims, not Christians.
So I can jump in with a little bit to this. The first thing you want to point out is the fact that there's no evidence that the Hawariyun, the disciples of Isa, are Muslim. Like, there's no evidence. It's pure conjecture on behalf of the Quran. All of the evidence that we have says that the disciples, the companions, if you will, of Jesus are Jewish for the most part, and they are definitely not Islamic. They believe he
in the Quran.
No, I'm talking about the evidence that we have. So, like
sure,
early church father writings, for example. Even the biblical accounts themselves are some of the earliest writings we have that document their beliefs. So, from that, we have evidence about what they believed, and they have no evidence for this Islamic disciples.
I understand, but I'm not saying the claim about.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I just want to add to that just the sort of the logic of what the Quran is saying. So in 355, Allah is about to take Jesus away, and
yep,
Jesus would have obviously been wondering, what about my followers? And he says, don't worry about your followers. I'm going to make them superior until the day of resurrection. So 355, remember when Allah said, oh, Jesus, I will take you. Oh, little side note. Hey, Giant DOC, what's take you? Hey, man, your mic's off.
Wait, you guys are muted.
You're muted, man.
Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry about that. So Mutawafika actually means will cause you to die. So yeah, it's actually, this is not an accurate translation, but yeah, good catch on that.
Yeah, so just wanted everyone to be aware of that. Muslims base their ideas on 4157 of Jesus not dying, and here it actually says, oh, Jesus, you will die and I will raise you up to myself. But they can't, in order to reconcile that, there's also another use, which means fall asleep. And so if you look at the commentary of Ibn Kathir, it says, yeah, Allah made Jesus take a nap and then took him up, because that's what it has to mean, something like that. So anyway, weird stuff. But anyway, then he says, I will deliver you from those who disbelieve and elevate your followers above the disbelievers until the day of judgment. Then to me you will all return, and I will settle your disputes. So Allah's talking about Jesus' followers here, which would be the followers that he had. Hey, what's going to happen to my followers? Don't worry, I'm going to elevate them above the disbelievers until the day of judgment. Now you go so that's Allah talking to Jesus before he takes him away. Now go to 61:14.
Okay.
So it's talking about Jesus talking to Allah in this context of this verse. And Allah is telling him his followers will.
Yeah, he's saying, because I mean, think about this: you have followers, and all of a sudden you find out you're going to be taken away. It's like, well, what's going to happen to my followers? I'm the leader. What's going to happen? And Allah is saying, don't worry, I'm going to take care of them. And then in 61:14, he's looking back and says that he did it. He helped the true followers. And so, O believers, stand up for Allah, as Jesus, son of Mary, asked the disciples, who will stand up with me for Allah? The disciples replied, we will stand up for Allah. Then a group from the children of Israel believed, while another disbelieved. We then supported the believers against their enemies, so they prevailed. So the believers here are, notice they're connected to what starts in the 1st century, right? You have a group from the children of Israel believed. So these are the original, Jesus is speaking.
They're talking to Jesus. Yeah, he had to be in the 1st century.
Yeah, so you had the children of Israel. Some of the children of Israel believed in Jesus. Some of the children of Israel didn't believe in Jesus. And Allah says that he helped the true followers until they became uppermost. Well, how did they become uppermost? Well, they spread the message. Gentiles came in. They're the leaders. It spreads and Christianity spreads. And you can read the commentary of Yusuf Ali. He says that this refers to Christianity eventually taking over the Roman Empire. It had to be something big if they're going to become uppermost. He said this refers to Christians starting small and then growing and then taking over the Roman Empire. Well, guess what? We know what they believe. They're not Muslims. Those aren't Muslims. So anyway, just think about the logic here. Allah is saying, don't worry about your followers, Jesus. I'm going to help them. They're going to become uppermost. And then he says, hey, look back at how I took the true followers of Jesus and made them uppermost. Well, how are a couple Muslims in Mecca thinking that, I mean, in Medina thinking that this is about them? So anyway, but Muslims can say that, oh yeah, this is talking about Muslims, but think about the picture in the minds of Muslims. What happened? Well, you had some true followers of Jesus. They became corrupted. The Apostle Paul stepped in, completely ruined Christianity. Christianity was ruined for centuries. And then Allah sent Muhammad. That doesn't look like Allah protecting the true followers of Jesus until they became uppermost. That looks like the Jesus being completely corrupted, sidelined, marginalized, forgotten about, so that we don't have a single record of them even existing. And then Allah having to come along and fix all the damage later by sending Muhammad. I have to say that the interpretation that this is about Muslims it just doesn't, it really doesn't sound like that's what the Quran's talking about.
And in addition to that, we have some commentaries here that are of notable, like, interpretation that you might want to screenshot or take reference of in a Tabari.
Yeah. So actually, Suddi says that actually those who followed you. So that's in Surah 3, verse 55. الَّذِينَ اتَّبَعُوكَ, those who followed you, they are believers, and it's said that they're a Rome.
So that's like the Byzantines or the Romans.
The Romans or the
right?
Byzantines.
And then Ibn Zayd,
Yeah, and Ibn Zayd said that actually the Jews, that the Christians will be more, influential or above the Jews in terms of land.
The Jews that disbelieve Jesus, right? The context of the Jesus preaching to Jews, and the Jews believed and Jews didn't believe, right?
And so the interpretation is not like how some Muslims try to spiritualize it, but Ibn Zayd actually interprets it as in this life right now. Like, he's saying that there are lands today, countries today, where he's saying that the Christians are always above the Jews, whether it's in the East or the West. Every country, the Jews are belittled or humiliated. That's what he said. So they took it to mean, oh, okay, these are the followers of Jesus. Or Ibn Zayd took it to mean that, look, the Christians are still superior, and specifically over the Jews in this case. And he's taking it to mean in his day, you can look at the countries where the Jews, they're humiliated by the Christians, and that was his evidence that this was actually what the verse was talking about. So then there's also another point you can make, which is that. Chris and David mentioned that a historical point. So, like, up until the 7th century, who was that group?
Right. Yes.
Who was that group?
Yes. Because I was trying to connect it to Jesus, not as, a general followers of Jesus. Oh, we are the true followers of Jesus, not Christians, that sort of thing. So, yeah, what you said makes perfect sense, because Jesus has to speak about the followers at that time. It doesn't make sense to speak something that people didn't even exist. That doesn't make sense.
It's also worth mentioning as well. Just look at the modern world today. Like, who are the uppermost people today? Is it Muslims, or is it? It seems to be the Christians. If you look across any metric, you look at economic metrics. Is it Muslim nations or Christian nations that are more wealthy? Well, it's Christian nations. You look at who produces the most Nobel Peace Prize awards, or who innovates the most inventions. Is it the Muslim world or the Christian world? It's a Christian world.
Even in numbers.
Even
in their thoughts, even in numbers, we are more in numbers.
Who produces the greatest monuments of art? Is it the Muslim world or is it the Christian world? Who produces the best in music? You can go across any metric. There is not a single metric a Muslim is going to be able to compete in, because the Christian world simply outperforms them in everything.
Yep.
So,
okay, that will do it. Thank you. Can I have another question? Can I ask it?
Yeah, depends. We'll try to make it quick though. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. It's still about the Islamic dilemma. I'll try to make it short. Okay. It could be a stupid question, but I'm trying to predict what they could say, because they make stupid arguments. So I'm trying to prove some basics. So the Quran is talking about the Christians. It never says Christians. It says Nasara. So how can I connect between Nasara? It could be say like, oh, it's talking about Nasara, people that existed or like before, but the Quran never said Christians, never said Masihiyin. So how can I connect between Nasara and Masihiyin to when I talk about, because I'm an Arabic speaker, so I'm going to talk about the Islamic dilemma to a Muslim. He gonna ask this. He could ask this actually, because I know the level of dishonesty sometimes. So he could ask, "Oh, it's talking about Nasara. How do you know that Nasara are Christians?" How can I answer that?
Because in Muslim history, when the Christians from Najran came to speak to Muhammad, they were called Nasara Najran, and you find that in the Sirah, and they had Trinitarian beliefs. I'm not sure if it's in Ibn Ishaq. It's definitely in the tafsirs. You know the tafsir of the verse, Surah 3, verse 7, when Muhammad says there's some
ambiguous verses.
Yes, if you go to the tafsir of that, they're talking about Nasara Najran, and the questions that they asked were Trinitarian questions. They had Trinitarian belief. They said, "How do you say, Jesus?"
Can you give me which commentary? Sorry.
I'm just looking it up for you.
So as we looked that up, just for if David and Chris.
Yeah.
So the question is, because the Quran doesn't use the standard word for Christian in Arabic, it uses another term, Nasara. The question is, so how do you connect it to the Christians? So what are some other ways that you could connect it to the Christians other than just the term itself?
Yeah, there is another term the Quran uses, people of the Injil. That's a term used in 566 to 68. It's mentioned there somewhere, and also 547, I think. Actually, forgive me, it might be in one or the other. But yeah, there's other terms that we can clearly associate. For example, al-Kitab, people of the book. That when that term is used, it's used in reference to the Injil and the Torah. So that in a very clear sense is making this connection between, hey, there's the people of the book. What is the book? It's those who have the Torah and the gospel. And of course, the Injil, we know the etymology of the word. We know it goes back to the Greek. Some people actually argue it goes first through an Ethiopic term, which makes it even more clearer, but ultimately it derives from euangelion, from the Greek term meaning good news. So it would be things like that you could use to make that kind of connection. The other way of doing it would just to be say, okay, well, what is this Injil? Like, what actually is it? And then, of course, when you look what the Quran quotes from our gospel, it's quite clear that it does quote our gospel. And so who follows our gospel? Well, it's Christians. So
okay, when you said about the Evangelion thing, because you said the Evangelion is Injil is the transliteration of Evangelion, right?
Yeah, ultimately, yeah.
How can I prove that to someone? Like, what source should I look?
Oh, yeah.
There's a lexicon or something.
Yeah, there are even Muslim sources you can. Oh, sorry, Chris. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna say there are even Muslim sources like in Arabic that you can show, and they're going to tell you that the word Injil is a foreign word that comes from the Greek. But yeah, go ahead, Chris.
Really?
Yeah. It's not.
I would love to see that.
Even people like Dr. Yasakadi have written on the fact that there are non-Arabic words in the Quran, and they have to give an explanation as to why this is. Because at this point, the scholarship is so well known that it's unchallengeable. So Dr. Yasakadi, for example, says that when the Quran was revealed, all the non-Arabic words became Arabic. That's literally his view. Like that to me is insane, but that's what he does. So yeah, the other thing is just to say, yeah, it's well known in just scholarship in any critical sense, or even as Jai pointed out, even from an Islamic paradigm, they will tell you, yeah, we clearly know that the word Injil comes from that. The word Quran, people argue, may have a Syriac
but how do they reconcile that the Quran repeats itself about it's in Arabic, it's an Arabic book, an Arabic revelation, and how can they reconcile this with the Quran using foreign language words like Injil? How do they reconcile that?
The way that Yasakadi said, right? As soon as that Quran came down, they became Arabic. That doesn't, like, again, it sounds weird to you and me, because how on earth does that work? How does the Quran coming down just change the origin of words into making them Arabic? But they have to say things like that in order to maintain their doctrine that the Quran is an Arabic book. So Injil, which is not an Arabic word, some other ones as well.
There's a lot.
What was Iblis? Idris? No, Iblis.
Yeah.
Whichever the word is for Satan.
Also comes from Greek as well.
Talking about Satan?
Yeah,
that's one. Yeah. So there's a Muslim guy I know called Idris, and I always forget, confuse
What?
Idris with Iblis, and I always
Oh,
accidentally calling him Satan, and I'm like, oh no. But
so real quick on the Nasara point, I just want, because we have a couple of
yeah,
things
yeah,
about
yeah.
Islam,
So this is what you asked for. This is the Tafsir al-Tabari.
for chapter 3, verse 59.
Which verse?
3:15. So Surah 3, Surah Al Imran, 59.
59. Okay, Tabari.
Do you see here Nasara Najran?
Yep.
And
Yep.
says
And
here
we know
Nasara-
historically that Ethiopian Christians were Trinitarian Christians, right?
it does tell you here that they're Trinitarian, because it says here, it says,
Oh.
وَلَكِنَّهُ هُوَ اللَّهُ. Do you see that? That's what they said.
Yep. I see that. I can read that.
Yeah, so that's how we know that. So that's how we know that the word Nasara means Trinitarian Christians at the time when they were speaking to Muhammad.
Yeah, because you're talking about Jesus in the context, right? That he is Allah, God. It's not just the word of God.
Yeah, right here. مَا يَقُولُ فِي عِيسَى. You see that?
Yep.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay. And then for the other reference as well,
To the Evangelion.
Yeah. This is just a footnote inside one of the books here, but
which reference is this? Which book is this?
I'll give you the link in the private chat.
Okay, so it says here أما الإنجيل لغة هو كلمة مأخوذة من اللفظ اليوناني. It's a word taken from the Greek word
Evangelion.
Evangelion. They even transliterated it, and it means ومعناه الخير الطيب أو البشارة. It means the good news.
I'll send you the link in the private chat here. But this is just one reference. I mean, there are a lot of references you can find for that. But
should we just tell people where it's from, just for people's?
Sure, yeah. Anyone who wants to know.
This book is called Al-Fath al-Rabbani, and it's by the Imam Shawkani.
Okay. And volume 1, page 489. Okay. So.
Okay, that's really. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
No problem.
No worries.
Okay, I don't want to take any more time, no more of your time. God bless you, and thank you for your work.
Thank you.
God bless you too.
God bless you.
All right. I think we have a Muslim.
Let's
let's see. Change our little avatar there. His name is Muhammad, so I'm assuming he's a Muslim. All right, Muhammad, welcome to the stream.
Just unmute yourself.
Muhammad, are you there? You gotta unmute your mic.
You need to unmute.
I can't do it from my end. You have to unmute yourself. So I see he's typing in the private chat here, but he's not. Oh, he said read my comment. Yeah. So if you're just coming here to type comments, we want you to come on the mic. So
you can read one comment or something like that. But yeah, we're not gonna have a comment discussion in a live YouTube.
He said, Muslims have more wives in life for food security at home. Okay, so wait, dude, this is not even related to the Islamic dilemma.
And children's security.
Okay, so anyway, all right, no problem. We have someone else we can take. Let's bring
a lady.
Let's bring Jane.
Just
Jane,
to add, sorry to jump in. There was George III, who I don't know if he left and he came back. Oh, I think he is back.
Oh, he's back. Yeah, I see him in the queue now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's okay, so I'll take unless there's a Muslim that comes, we'll take him. All right. Oh, that's Adam. Oh, that was Adam from last week. Oh, sorry, Adam. I didn't realize that was the Muslim guy. Okay, next time Adam comes back, we'll take you up after. But hey, Jane, welcome to the live stream.
Hi. Sorry, I didn't even notice I was on stage. So I'm just chilling here, and you guys go through everyone you need to go through first. Like, it's okay. I'm just listening.
Okay, just tell us in the private chat when you're ready, Jane.
Okay, sure.
All right,
guys. I don't know. So yeah, Adam was the guy. Oh, there's Adam. Okay, let's bring Adam up.
Which one was he? Oh, he's the guy who was trying.
He was trying
last time.
Yeah.
With the Islamic dilemma and had to change positions.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Remember David? He came in thinking that the Islamic dilemma works easier on the Torah, remember? But then he thought that the Injil, there's a worse case to make with the Injil, and he tried, and then he kind of changed the position. So, hey, Adam, welcome to the live stream.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay,
hey,
so I did some research on the term "son of God" in the Quran. So you guys said that we had this discussion where basically you guys said Allah is not a son. It contradicts the gospel and the Torah. So that's
So yeah,
I
so
want to
basically,
discuss that
one of the
specifically
points, just to catch everybody
because
up,
I
Adam,
know
just to catch everybody up, I'll just let them know what we were talking about. So we were talking about whether or not the Islamic dilemma is successful when it comes to the Injil. You think that there's a tougher time when it comes to the Torah, but you thought that it might not work with the Injil. And so we were going through some texts in the gospel, and some of the texts were that Jesus is the Son of God. And so he was trying to say that that actually can be reconciled to the Quran. And we went through various verses in the Quran to show that actually it doesn't actually work. But now he's following up. He said he did some more research on it. So yeah, let us know what you found, Adam. What did you find?
I know Jay and Doc. I know you guys know Arabic, so I'm happy that I don't know Arabic. So I'm gonna need your guys' help. So
That's fine.
can you go
just
to
bring
Surah
the-
39:4?
Yes, 39.
So yeah, well, as we pull that up,
Yeah,
here.
you can make your point. I will put it on the screen for you.
Oops. It would help if I put it up here. Hold on a second. All right. Yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
can there's different translations of this verse, but can you just from your perspective, what is the verse saying?
If Allah wants to take
yeah.
a son, if Allah he chooses one from his creation, as he wills, or whatever he wills.
Yeah, it's pretty much accurate.
Should it be could or would?
If he Lastafa he would actually it should be he would. But
so
I
accept, the translators are so here's what the translators did. I think that this is actually reaffirming the sonship of Christ. So walad,
it's affirming the sonship.
So sorry, are you saying that
yes,
Allah?
Yes. Hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out, guys.
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
If we replace son with offspring or child, and you replace could with would, then the verse would make a lot more sense, and it wouldn't contradict the other verses in the Quran.
Oh, so just to be clear, you're arguing that the Quran teaches, or at least it's compatible with Jesus being the Son of God.
Yeah. So from my understanding, the verse is saying, if God wanted to have an offspring, he would choose from one of his creations. So he's denying that he needs reproduction to have a son. Or
in this verse, in this verse, but in 6:101 we talked about that he is actually saying he needs a consort.
So do you know this word walad?
As far as I'm aware, it means something like child.
It means male child, right? So this verse is saying if Allah wanted to take a male child, he would just choose whatever. He would choose from anyone that he created. Now I want to make a point. I want to make a point from another surah that with the same word walad, that he didn't do it, just to show you. So he would if he wanted to.
No, and
but he didn't.
If you take this, so this verse, it seems to be like a very bad contradiction with other verses.
Yeah. So do you see here surah? Do you see here surah 19 verse 88? And they say the most merciful has taken a son, walad, the same word. وقال اتخذ الرحمن ولدا. لقد جئتم شيئا إدا. You have done an atrocious thing.
Yeah.
So
no. It's yeah.
So it's the same thing. It's the same word, son.
So I want to add a little.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, go on. No, you finish your thought there.
The heavens almost rupture from that claim, and the earth splits open, and the mountains collapse in devastation.
And we'll just go back up real quick. I just want to confirm. It's the same verb that's used as well. So
Yeah.
same noun,
اتخذ.
child, and then the same verb is used as well.
And then it ends by saying, why would they be devastated? That they attribute to the most merciful a son.
So I will jump in a little bit here because this is kind of a critical perspective. So what Muslims could say is they could say, well, actually, if you look at the Quran critically, you don't necessarily ascribe to the Sunni Shia traditions. You could say, well, maybe the Quran actually is in alignment with the Gospel and the Torah because it seems to be, you can interpret it as a weaker form of it. So it's not talking about taking, like having a son, but rather it's talking, I mean, the classic cases, they say it means taken. So it's adoptionism. So you could say, because those verses that you showed, it says taken, right? So you can make a point and say, yeah, this is just the Quran actually going against adoptionism. The idea that Christ was just a human being, but then he was adopted to be God's son at a later point, either with his baptism.
No, yeah. So the Quran denies that God has a walad, but I don't think it denies the title of Ibn.
It does in Surah 9, ayah 30 or 31. I always get those two confused. If you can bring that up, we can show you an Ibn.
Yeah.
Surah 9 verse
31. Or yeah.
It's one of those two. I always
30,
get those confused.
30.
And just to add, I am sympathetic to the idea that maybe the Quran originally did hold that view. It wasn't any. It was just against certain Christological positions. The issue is that the Quran, as it stands now, I think does actually say that Allah does not have a son in any sense. I think just to be honest with you, having looked at it, and I'll be the first person to commit to a critical position on this, but I don't think the Quran, as it stands in its current form.
So here's my theory on this verse. Here's my theory. So so if you notice, the verse also says Ezra or Uzair, whoever that is, I don't know who that is the son of God.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems. So when it says Jews and Christians, I believe that it's talking to a certain group of people, because it would be really weird if it's addressing all the Christians and then for some reason
So
it's addressing
which
a small
Christian,
group of Jews
what is
alongside.
What is okay? Whatever group that Christians is, what is the verse rebuking them? Yeah, what is the verse rebuking them for and saying Allah destroy them?
That is a statement from their mouths.
Okay, what is that statement that was so bad?
It's meaning. So yeah, they're saying that he's the son of God, but it's a statement from their mouths.
Okay,
They
so
don't
the statement.
understand what it means.
Okay, so the statement from their mouth is so bad that it's Messiah is the son of God.
And I just want to show you that this actually is referring to all Jews and all Christians.
Which every Christian says.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, we all say that.
So it's an Bukhari 45.
Yeah. So wait, hang on. I think. Yo, you hear me?
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah.
Oh wait, maybe he can't. Hear
I'm
us.
wondering if I'm on a delay.
No, I can hear you guys. Yeah.
It sounds like you're on a delay.
No, I
David,
can hear you. Okay, I might sign out and jump back in real quick. But
so yeah, I'm
even though
aware
this
of this
is delayed, yeah, it sounds like what he was saying was that since Jews in general don't call Ezra the son of Allah, therefore when it's saying that Christians call the Messiah the son of Allah, that could just still be talking about some group. Even though it would be true of Christians in general, he's still addressing some small group. Why? Because with the Jews, he must be addressing some small group. So he's just talking about some local group that he knows. But even though Christians in general would say one, Jews in general wouldn't say the other. And so it sounded like that's what he's saying. And then, of course, the problem is going to be that according to the Hadith, no, it's Christians and Jews in general. But I'm going to sign out and jump back in, see if that fixes the delay.
All right. Oh wait.
No. So the Quran does have this weird thing where it says Jews and Christians.
It's a weird thing.
You think Quran is weird?
Yeah,
I agree.
It's
The
kind
Quran
of
is
an
weird.
unclear book, but
Wait,
But
hold on,
so
Adam. So you know the Quran claims to be a clear book.
Yeah, the Quran says it's clear.
it was clear to the audience it was intended to be recited to.
Does it say clear for the audience, or is it meant to be for all mankind?
I don't know. Scholars actually
So,
debate that.
Can
You
I
don't know?
can I just add real quick? Have you noticed that the Quran, whenever it refers to Isa, says Isa ibn Maryam?
Oh, that's actually rebuking the Jews, because the Jews would call Jesus the son of Joseph.
No. I think you've missed the point. Why? Because Christians had a very well understood title they would use. They wouldn't say Isa or Jesus ibn Maryam. They would say something along the lines of Jesus ibn Allah, right? Jesus,
So
the Son of God.
that's rebuking the Jews, because the Jews called Jesus Isa ibn Yusuf.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to get at is why didn't they just say, as a way of refuting both the Jews and agreeing with the Christians, Isa ibn Allah? Why does the Quran
There's
never
no
do
problem
that?
with saying that. You can
In
say
fact, the Quran, the Quran only ever does this with Isa. It doesn't do it with any other person in the Quran. Every male and female that is actually no female really is referred to other than Mary, but every male is referred to by their father. At no point does it make an exception for anyone. Only Isa suddenly becomes Isa ibn Maryam.
yes,
He's the only
it's
person
to
that's referred to by
emphasize
the
the
mother.
virgin birth.
Wait, no. If it was to exercise the virgin birth, you'd say Isa ibn Allah. So why are they not doing this?
Because well, that's not for us to do.
No. My point is, my friend, if you're trying to reconcile this and say, actually, you can reconcile the gospel and the Quran, you need to explain why the gospel has no issue with calling him the Son of God, and yet, for some reason, the Quran goes out of its way to never use that title.
Well, the Son of God just is a title for the Messiah or King of Israel, right?
Okay, so
Then
why
why
doesn't
doesn't
the Quran
Allah?
use it?
Yeah, exactly. Why doesn't Allah ever say?
But he doesn't reject it. He doesn't say you can't call.
Wait, no, he does reject it. He does it in many places. We just quoted you one, right? Surah 9.
The only place where he says you cannot call Jesus the Son of God is potentially in 9:30. That's
No,
it.
but even there are tons of other places. So what do you do about 43 ayah 81?
It says walad. It says walad.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
9:30. Not 9:30.
9:30 doesn't.
9:30 says
9:30
Ibn
just say
Allah.
Ibn.
Yeah, but at
Yeah,
9:30 it says they say it with their mouths, so it means they don't know what it means.
Well, what are they to say it with their feet?
Like you can't say it with any other word, with any other ways.
Well, no. When they say says with their mouth, it's the Quran not understanding that
There's
this is
two
found.
types of speech. One from your heart.
Wait, my friend. When it says this is their saying, this is something they say, that's trying to say that's basically saying they don't know what's in the gospel. In other words, the Quran author thinks that's not in the gospel. He thinks they've innovated it.
So,
in fact, ironically, isn't like the very next verse? Yeah. The very next verse seems to be addressing this by saying that amongst their priests have innovated.
No, so my theory is that Muhammad had a theological debate with a Christian, and Muhammad was saying Jesus is not God, and so the Christian might have but he's the Son of God, he's the Son of God, he's the Son of God, to apply divinity, and Muhammad's saying, look what they're saying with their mouths, they don't know what it means.
Do you have any?
Go on, daughter of Christ.
Do you have any scholar? Do you have any other Muslim, any scholar, anyone who says what you're saying, that but when they say it's by their mouth, it means it is true? It's just they're saying it with their mouth, not their hearts.
Any Sunni scholar who thinks that?
Any scholar of any kind.
I'm not aware. I haven't done research.
Exactly, because it doesn't exist. All the scholars are saying when they say Jesus is the Son of Allah, it's wrong. Shouldn't say it.
So I have a question for you, Adam. The question is, we've talked about this for 2 weeks now with you about why we think it's incompatible to say that Jesus is the Son of God with the Quran. You have our reasoning for that, and maybe David and Chris want to go in more depth with you for that. But are there any other points that you yourself can see when you're reading the gospel that you think, okay, this doesn't jive with the Quran, this is not compatible with the Quran? Are there any points that you personally can see yourself?
Well, what are some besides Son of God, is there any other statements in the gospel that seem to contradict the Quran.
That's what I want. I want to see from your perspective. If you call on to
The verse where it says, "Just as you may honor the son, you have to honor the father."
Okay, yeah, John 5:24. So so that's problematic for you as a Muslim, right?
On the surface, yeah.
So do you think there's a way to reconcile that?
Oh, of course, of course,
Of course.
Yeah, tell us.
Well, okay. So what? So I'm guessing you take the position that you do believe that the Quran is compatible with the idea of Jesus being crucified, right? And dying.
Yes, I take the idea that it is compatible with the resurrection and the crucifixion.
Anyway, I think Dave wants to say something. So go ahead, David.
No, I disagree.
Oh, I thought
I want to jump in a little bit here. So, you know, the Quran talks about what you get in Jannah, right? Talks about the physical pleasures, the young women with large boobs, you know, that kind of thing.
Sure.
Okay, so how do you reconcile that with Matthew 19, where Jesus says that people are like the angels, and angels don't have sexual intercourse?
They won't be given in marriage, yeah.
They won't be given in marriage, and therefore, yeah, no sexual intercourse.
Well, houris aren't angels, are they?
Sorry?
Are the maids in heaven angels? I don't think the Quran says they're angels.
No. What I'm saying is Jesus is making an argument that we're not going to be married in heaven. There is no marriage. And if there is no marriage, there is no sex. So if you're not having sex in the Christian perspective of heaven, why does the Quran ascribe sexual?
Tell me what the verse number is.
So
yeah, Mark 12. Mark 12:25.
We'll get
they'll neither marry nor be given in marriage, and they'll be like the angels in heaven. So Mark 12:25 is. We'll pull it up on the screen here. X-ray.
So Jesus says there is no marriage. The Quran says there is marriage.
And actually, the context might be helpful. Actually,
this is concerning. I've never heard that. That's a good argument. I've never heard that before.
Oh, bless you.
Oh, thank you. You know what? It's in my book.
I've literally never heard that argument used.
All right. So what we'll do, Adam, you're still with us. I just made the screen look a little bit so we can all see it here. So I think the context might be helpful. So we can start in verse 18.
Some Sadducees who say there is no resurrection came to him, meaning the Lord Jesus, and they asked him, saying, "Teacher, Moses wrote to us that if a man's brother dies and he leaves his wife behind and leaves no children, his brother should take his wife and raise up offspring for his brother. Now there were 7 brothers. The first took a wife, and dying, he left no offspring, and the second took her, and he died, nor did he leave any offspring, and the third likewise. So the 7 had her and left no offspring. Last of all, the woman died also. Therefore, in the resurrection, when they arise, whose wife will she be? For all 7 had her as a wife." Jesus answered and said to them, "Are you not therefore mistaken, because you do not know the scriptures nor the power of God? For when they rise from the dead, they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are like the angels in heaven."
Wow, that's a yeah. I don't know how to respond to that.
That's okay.
Awesome.
That's okay.
That's okay.
So I mean, if I would like just to think of something on the top of my head, well, I don't think you're gonna marry the maids in heaven. You're just gonna like.
So you're just gonna do it.
So,
you do it without.
Yeah, you're not gonna marry them.
So they're just gonna be like prostitutes or something. Or what do you mean?
They're just gonna be like I don't know.
You do know that Allah calls them azwaj. He calls them wives.
Really? I thought they were called maids.
No, they're called azwaj. Azwaj mutahhara, you know?
Azwaj is the plural for wife.
Zawj, which means spouse.
So why don't we get that verse?
Can we get that verse for you?
I don't know, Chris, if you want to build on this a little bit more or anything.
I think the point is kind of made, right? Like you're aware of what's in the Quran, talking about these very physical descriptions of sexual behavior, and of course this is expanding on hadith. But even if you just look at it from a critical point of view and you ignore the hadith, you still have sexualized behavior in the Quran, whereas Jesus seems quite clearly to say that there isn't even marriage in heaven, so you don't have these carnal pleasures. That to me seems to be like quite a contradiction in terms. I mean, we know this instinctively, right? Like the Christian understanding of heaven is not sex. No Christian believes that you're going to have having sex parties in heaven. No Christian believes that. For us, it's
does the Quran actually say that you're going to have like do it in heaven?
Yeah. Well, what else are you gonna do? What do
You're
you
going to
think?
be given.
No, I think all it says is that you're gonna be given maids, but it doesn't like I don't know.
Well, no,
What
it
to
describes.
do what with? To do what with?
It describes
Just
them as
sit and have
having.
a discussion.
Yeah, just to sit and have a discussion. It describes them in sexual terms, right? In fact, a lot of Quran translators try to get away from that because it's awkward, right? But there are clear references to the size of a woman's. Right.
I think they translate big breasts as big eyes or something.
Yeah, they try and do that kind of
You
thing.
should watch David's recent video on this. Actually, hold on, we're gonna give you the verse
Wait, so
now.
wait,
Hold on one
so
second.
just on a okay, yeah.
Yeah, so just gonna give you the verse now. It's in 225, where it refers to them as spouses, or in Arabic azwaj, which is the plural for like your wife, your spouses. Yeah.
Yeah, it's spouses, isn't it? If they were companions or just like, I don't know, intellectual equals or something, we would have different words. But what I want to ask you,
By the way, this is in paradise.
in paradise, as you see here. What I want to ask you, Adam, is something more. Why is it that you just want to defend, even if you know there's no way out of it? Like when Chris brought that point, you just want to said, "Oh, I don't know, but let me defend anyway." Where does that come from?
Why am I defending it? Well, because I think that. Well, because I think I was born Muslim, so.
Okay.
Like, I really
So
want
what if you were born into a family that worshipped Satanists? Like, my question is, what is the being born thing, loyalty? Like, why does that
use
make
logic
you?
and reasoning for your religion.
Sorry.
The Quran says you should use logic and reasoning, and
Yeah,
not
but that's not
follow
the first thing. That's not the first thing you said. The first thing you said is, "I'm born into it, so I have to defend it."
Oh, are you saying what would I do if my family worships Satan?
No, what I'm trying to say is, when I asked you why you want to defend it, you said because I'm born into it. I said, well, you could have been born into anything. What if you were born into a horrible religion?
I mean, yeah, that's a good reason. I was born into it.
You think that's a good reason?
So her point was, if you're born into a
also
family,
not because of that. That obviously that's a factor, but I also legitimately.
Yeah, but my
believe in
question
it,
is, why is that even a factor? Shouldn't be a factor.
Well, it's undeniable. Wherever you're born, most likely that's gonna be the religion you are. That's a major factor.
Is that a good reason?
That's not my sole reason.
It shouldn't be any reason. That's my point with you and with anyone who comes to talk to us. You have very bad reasons for defending this thing. Like even Muhammad himself, he was saying to people, why do you follow Aba'akum? You know, why do you follow your fathers? Because they were like pagans, bowing to idols and stuff. So I want you, before you jump, as advice, just from one human to another, before you jump into defending something, ask yourself, why am I defending this thing that is very hard to defend?
So yeah,
And
my
make it a
phone's
good reason.
about to die. So I'm just gonna, guys, ask you 2 quick questions before I jump off.
Okay.
What's the correct translation? Big eyes or big breasts?
Well, which verse are you talking about in specific?
Yeah,
because I recommend David just did a video on this, and he went over a ton of different translations and what the Arabic specifically means for a particular verse. So which verse are you talking about in particular?
I don't know. It's just some verse where it says you will have maidens that have big eyes.
Well, David did. What's the one that 78? Hold on, let me get it up.
78:33.
78:33.
So if it's not for physical reasons, why would you even care what their eyes look like?
So this is just 2 translations here. 78:33. It's talking about the size of their their breasts. But yeah. So there's a lot to say about that. Like I said, I'd recommend watching his video.
Anyways, on a side note, what was the name of that? Before I leave, what was the name of the verse where you said that you can't marry in heaven? Mark something.
Yeah, Mark 12, and it's specifically verse 25, but you can just read it from 18 onwards.
All right. That was a really good argument. I didn't even expect that. So I'm gonna do research on that.
You know how you can repay me for that? You can leave Islam and become a Christian. If you wanted to say thanks for how great of an argument that was. Just saying.
No, I'm just gonna give you your flowers, but I'm not gonna convert.
Then what's the point of speaking to us?
To convert you guys.
You think? Oh. All
right. Good luck with that.
Yeah, I don't think I'm doing a good
doing
job.
a bang up job.
Yeah. I'm doing kind of a bad job right now.
Well, you
It's
told us that the
okay.
Quran's not clear. So
Yeah,
what do you
and
want us to convert to?
and you called it weird.
Yeah, you said the Quran is not clear. It's not a clear book. So what are you trying to convert us to, man?
What is it? What is
I
it?
think his phone might have died.
I wanted to speak more to him.
Well, he said his phone was dying. So
All right.
all right, Adam. Thank you for coming. Nice to have him come back.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, it's a nice guy.
I like him.
All right. So we got a lot of different peoples.
We got a Muslim, I think.
Yeah, we have a full room.
All right, bring up.
We got.
Oh, Muslim King. We got Muslim King. All right, let's bring Muslim King up.
You sure you're allowed to call yourself that? You know Allah is called King, right?
Welcome, Muslim.
Hi.
Hello.
Thank you for having me on.
No worries.
I have a question for David Wood.
Is it about the Islamic dilemma?
About the Islamic dilemma?
It's
Go for
about
it.
the Bible. I want to ask about the Bible.
We're not doing. I don't know. Are we doing random Bible questions, or is this related to the Islamic
It's
dilemma?
it's just a Bible's question. I want you to explain.
Yeah, if you could just stick to the Islamic dilemma, that'd be great. We'd love to have you on. But, yeah.
Well, anyway, for David Wood, I would like to say Islam is the true religion, and you should convert to Islam.
All right, David, you heard it here.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'll convert to the religion with the most obvious false prophet who's ever walked the planet. The guy who checks every single box of a false prophet. A guy who affirms the scriptures that contradict his revelations. A guy who had sex with a prepubescent girl and sets himself up as the supreme moral example for his followers. Based on what evidence? When they give us evidence, it's, scientific miracles, until they admit it was all a lie. They say perfect preservation until they admit that it's all a lie. So we have the most obvious false prophet in history, and he has a bunch of followers who do nothing but lie in his defense. And I'm supposed to look at that and go, wow, this guy checks every single box of a false prophet more than anyone else in history. And his followers are the biggest bunch of liars I've ever seen in my life. And I spent years in prison, and I'm supposed to see the truth of this. Well, how? I don't know how. So, matter of fact, if he's still here, I'd be happy to ask him, what's your best reason, the best evidence that you see? And I'm serious. This is a sincere question. Because all the arguments that Muslims were using like 2010, they don't use anymore. And so I don't even know what the arguments are for Islam at this point. So if we just take the Islamic, since this is about the Islamic dilemma, if we just take the Islamic dilemma as something that we see as a problem, and we'd be wondering, this looks like a problem, so what good, compelling evidence is there that outweighs this problem and shows that there's even stronger evidence that Islam is true? What would that be? What would your main reason for thinking Islam is true be?
Well, the main reason is that you see the other guy that was on the panel before. According to me, he's a weak Muslim because he says he was born into Islam and that's why he follows it. In my eyes, he's weak. And I was born into Islam as well, but I don't follow it because I was born into it. I genuinely believe it. I believe the scriptures, and I feel a constant presence of God.
Wait, so your main evidence is that you feel the presence of God? Is a feeling? A feeling is your main evidence.
And I had a dream of it as well. And if I tell you the dream, when I was a kid.
Hang on. Just to be clear. So, personal experiences can be significant because if people believe in something and something happened, or they had they saw a miracle in their lives or something like that, that can be very persuasive and compelling to them. But it's difficult for other people to verify these kinds of things. Like every Mormon you ever meet will say he knows Mormonism is true because of the feelings that he gets. And they encourage you to say certain prayers to get these feelings. So if I say, oh, people have feelings, they feel something, and that's the proof, well, I'd have to conclude that Mormonism is true. I'd have to conclude that Buddhism is true. I'd have to conclude that Hinduism is true. I'd have to conclude that all these things are true. And if it's you had a dream, well, I've heard from tons of ex-Muslims who left Islam after seeing Jesus in a dream tell them to leave Islam. So just to be clear, you're saying that we should decide whether something is true based on people feeling something and someone having a dream, just to be clear?
Well, you shouldn't believe it based off that. It could be the devil, but I could tell you about my dream. In my dream, I was sleeping, and then, my spirit, for some reason, came up from my body. I was going to the door to open the door for the devil. It was the devil outside. So when I opened the door, then I got dragged back in by an angel, back into my body, and then I woke up. And then I knew it was an angel from God.
But how did you think that was Islam, though?
Well,
like, why not? Could have been a Christian.
Because I had a feeling like it was Islam because it was a jinn. In my mind, it was a
jinn.
So
it's a feeling about the dream.
Yeah, and I believe that's a sign from God.
Have you ever had a dream of Muhammad?
No.
That's strange.
And also, I had a dream of heaven as well when I was younger. I was just sitting in a bench next to the gates, looking at the heaven and the fire.
Was there lots of sexual activity and
desires? I did see a mosque. I did see a mosque in the heaven, and because of that dream, I know Islam is the truth.
I don't think you quite saw what you think you saw.
Well, I was a kid then. I don't remember all of it, but I do remember the mosque and the gates of heaven.
Is it not just possible that you only really had an understanding of mosques, so you just project that into your dream? I mean, I'm not even sure if there are mosques in an Islamic understanding of Jannah, but there's definitely other things, and those things you didn't see.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is perhaps reflect on what you actually saw and what it's leading you to, because I don't think it's quite leading you to Islam.
Well, these dreams always lead me to Islam. Like it just strengthens my belief in Islam.
Okay, well, if that's you, that's your feelings, that's how you feel about something. But like David pointed out, the Mormons have said, they have this burning in the bosom, I think they call it, this feeling, they know it's the truth. But of course, that's not going to convince anyone else because, well, that's just how you feel, and feelings change. You might wake up one day and feel very differently about that because feelings are connected to your emotions, and your emotions change. And if your faith is based on that, I don't mean to attack you or anything, but that's kind of like a fickle faith, right? Because you might one day wake up feeling totally different. Your faith should be based on something concrete and objective.
Yeah, and the Quran as well, the stories and everything, I believe it. Everything said in the Quran, I believe it.
Well, the Quran has problems, I mean, the Islamic dilemma is what I would say is the biggest problem. The Quran seems to think very highly of what I believe and very highly
I don't
of
think
what
there's
Jewish
no problem. It's like the Al-Zut. People, made that up. It's a bunch of trolls that made it up.
Who would do such a thing?
Who would do such a thing, man?
It was some group from India, some bunch of trolls, spreading rumors and everything about the Al-Zut, which there's no context of Prophet Muhammad being raped. And there's no evidence at all.
Well, was it consensual then?
There was no rape. It was no rape.
Well, that means it's consensual. What I think you're meaning to say is there was no sex, right?
It's being misinterpreted in purpose.
How do you interpret it when it says they rode him all night long?
It doesn't say that in the Quran. They rode him. Someone says that's the translation.
Yarkabuna, that's not what it
just
means?
because they say it's the translation doesn't mean it's the actual translation. What it does say, he did preach to a bunch of jinns about God. They came to listen about God. That's what it meant.
But it doesn't say they rode him.
It doesn't say that at all. Is someone in purpose saying, okay, this says someone's changing the word saying this says road and ride or something like that. It doesn't say that in the Quran.
Hey, Jai and DOC, is this guy's making a point and saying that we're all wrong because that's not what it says?
Yeah, so he's referring to the Quran. We're talking about a hadith. So the hadith says that he was ridden. Yeah, it does say he was ridden, and it says that he was in pain because of the fact that he was ridden. You want to see it?
Yeah, no one is in pain from preaching, my friend.
I mean, I don't want to see it. I know the truth, but if you pull out the
It's a
Quran
hadith, it's a hadith.
and show it on the screen, like pull out the Quran and show the hadith in the Quran.
Yeah, it's not in, it's not in the Quran. Yeah,
the Quran.
You said if it's not in the Quran, then it's not our text.
Oh,
yes, it is. It's, wait. Are you Sunni, Shia? What are you?
Sunni.
Okay, if you're Sunni, then the hadith that is authentic is a source of revelation from Allah, ultimately.
Yeah, but it doesn't say that. It's a misinterpretation of the word. Even if it's in the hadith, it's a misinterpretation.
But even you just said, even if you show it to me, I know the truth. In other words, even if you proved it by actually showing me this exists, I won't believe it.
I mean,
you see, when you have that kind of closed-mindedness, I mean, I could say that about anything. I could be like, it's irrelevant when a Muslim shows me about my own faith because I believe Christianity is true, and it doesn't matter what anyone shows me. But if I said that, Muslims in particular, would say, hey, and they'd say, rightfully so, you're being closed-minded. You need to be open-minded to what evidence we bring you. So why can't you be open-minded about this and just read what the translators who know Arabic and have translated it from Arabic into English are telling us?
It wasn't Arabs, it was a bunch of trolls.
Well, that's how, look, we've got it on the screen now. From, Musnad Ahmed. That's one of the earliest compilations of hadith, if I understand that right.
If it wasn't Arabs, what language did they speak? The trolls that did it.
It was Indians.
So is the stuff on the screen, is that Indian?
They misinterpreted it.
No.
The words.
I'm not asking that. I'm asking, is it Indian, that language on the screen?
First of all, it's Ibn Masud who's narrating it.
Yeah, is Ibn Masud Indian?
Was it Ibn Masud, one of the best companions of Muhammad, one of the best reciters of the Quran? If it is the same Ibn Masud.
Yeah, it is the same one. He's one of
it's the same one. Wow.
And
so he's not Indian, my friend. People around Muhammad, his companions, were not Indian. They were Arabs.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we lost him.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still there.
I'm still
there?
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're thinking.
Okay. All right.
I'm still here. I'm not thinking. I just like if I tell you my narrative, I don't think you would go with that, and we'll just end up arguing. I mean,
no, I'm not arguing. It's not your.
That's
narrative.
what I done in Hatun Tash's life as well, and then.
Yeah, but this is a different live stream. I'm just asking questions. Questions. Your narrative is not 1400 years ago. Your narrative is now.
But it in my understanding, is a misinterpretation. It was. I could tell you where it originated from.
Okay, where is that?
Well, it originated from the Hadith.
Yeah, which book, and which language? Just so I know.
Let me pull up who made this text, because I remember reading it. It was a bunch of trolls from India. So give me 2 seconds. I'll pull it up.
All right.
Anyway, as he's looking that up, yeah. So we'll just hear what he has to say on this, and then we'll go to someone on. I think there's another Muslim we'll talk about the Islamic dilemma after.
All right. Shall we bring that other Muslim one? Give him time. In the meantime, we'll just put you in the back.
I think that might be best, just because it might take him a while to find this. And
all right, no problem. So yeah,
just message us in the private chat if you find it.
That's a better idea. Why don't you just tell us in the private chat, Muslim King? But yeah, thanks for coming, and we pray that you repent and find the Lord Jesus. All right, let's bring was it
Ushmul?
Ushmul, welcome to the live stream.
Hello.
Hi there. Are you a Muslim?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Welcome. So the Quran confirms the Gospel and the Torah, but the Gospel and the Torah contradict the Quran. How do you reconcile that as a Muslim?
So is that called the Islamic dilemma, you guys say?
Yeah, you can say that.
So what's the Muslims say? How do we defend it? How do the debaters defend it?
So the Muslim
Poorly.
da'is, poorly, yeah. I was about to give this comprehensive answer, and Dev is like, poorly. Yeah, the da'is would basically say a broad range of things because there is no agreement. Muslims don't have ijma, consensus on this issue, because it's a problematic one. And either way you go, you end up with problems. So there are some da'is that will say, well, the Torah and the Injil, the Torah and the Gospel, must be something else. It's not what we have today. It's not what the Christians and Jews had in the 7th century. It's something else. That is really poor and has tons of problems. The other approach is basically to say that the Torah and Injil were corrupted, but Allah didn't see an issue with this, never mentioned it in the Quran, confirmed them anyway, mentioned they're inspired, preserved, and authoritative, and then commanded the Jews and Christians in the Quran to follow the Torah and the Gospel, even though they're corrupted. So those are the two responses. And I'm being credible, by the way. That's me strongmanning their position.
So the Gospels were not from Jesus, actually. The Gospels were written by the apologetics with Jesus. I mean, Mark, Matthew, Luke, John. So it's the true gospel was sent by God, and it's not there. So, yeah.
Well, the Quran very clearly says, so Surah Al-Imran, Ayah 3, it says that the gospel and the Torah is given by Allah. It's sent by Allah. So it's divine, right? It's divinely inspired. It also says that this Torah and this gospel at some point ended up in a written format. And that in this written format that is present at the time of Muhammad, you can find Muhammad prophesied in these books. It also says in other verses that the Quran is confirming, and not only the Quran, Muhammad, the jinn, the good jinn, Jesus, and other people confirm, musaddiqun, the scriptures that the Jews and Christians had in their possession during the time of Muhammad. So let's put that together. Gospel and Torah came from Allah. It was written down at some point. In the 7th century, that written down Torah and Gospel mentions Muhammad as a prophet yet to come. Christians and Jews have to follow that Torah and Gospel that's written down. No point in the Quran does it say it's corrupted or that there's multiple Torahs or multiple Injils. Never says that. The Quran is crystal clear. It is confirming the Torah and the Gospel that was given by Allah and that was written down in the 7th century, or present in the 7th century, I should say.
Okay, so the gospel and Torah might be true, then might the people change everything?
Then why is Allah confirming it?
Allah confirmed what he sent to the prophets, and now that's
not what the Quran says. So the Quran uses the Arabic term musaddiqun in reference to confirming what is with them being the Christians and Jews during Muhammad's time, and this happens in 6 verses. So, for example, you can go to, I'm trying to remember the verse off the top of my head now. So 447 is one, 289, 291, and there are others as well. But these are some of those 6 verses that mention the Quran confirming what they have with them. So this is not what the prophets originally got. It's specifically what is with the Christians and Jews during Muhammad's time.
Great. So the fact is, like, Christianity, I have no problem with it. Like, I really find Christianity interesting because all I can do is just believe, I guess, right?
All you can do is what? Believe. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Christianity, just like we Muslims pray 5 times a day. There are a lot of things to do, a lot of things to think. But in Christianity, it's like a cheat code for life, for heaven.
Oh, no, the cheat code is the Islamic perspective by far. I'm thinking of doing a video on this, but if you look at the Islamic sources, you look at the Hadith and all the authentic narrations that supposedly go back to Muhammad and the companions, the cheat codes are all there. There are certain things you can do to guarantee paradise. There are certain things you can do that guarantee you to go to Jahannam. Like, the cheat codes are the Islamic perspective by far. We don't have that understanding in Christianity. Christianity is based on principle, not so much on law. So we're called to love our neighbors, right? But it doesn't say this is exactly how you have to love your neighbor, this law. You know, it doesn't say when you go into the bathroom, you have to do this, you have to say this, you have to enter with your right foot forward. It doesn't say what you should do when you eat with your hands. You know, it doesn't tell us that, because it's not a religion of law. It's a religion of principle and a religion of love, ultimately. But Islam isn't that. Islam is, I mean, like the stories, like, you know, you get like tons and tons of rewards if you buy a horse and that horse is used in the purpose of jihad. There's a hadith, and it's reliable, it's in Bukhari, I think, that says for every step the horse takes in the process of jihad, you get so many, like, it's credited to you, to your faith. And so the balance that you have, you know, the balance of good deeds and bad deeds, the horse's footsteps count to the balance of good deeds for you. So, man, you know, if I was a Muslim, like, seriously, and I took it really serious, I'd be like, right, so I'm going to go on a jihad, I'm going to get a horse, I'm going to call it, I don't know, David or something, and then I'm going to make this horse take footsteps towards the jihad, and every step it takes will count towards my good deeds. Like, you really think that's you really think that's not cheat code? That to me sounds like the religion of cheat codes.
So Jesus is really like merciful, the Father's Trinity, Holy Spirit. So I guess I'm following the God. So Jesus will be merciful to me in afterlife, becoming a Muslim still. But I do not really have to convert, right?
No, you do have to convert. So in your position as a Muslim, you are going to hell. I'm telling you that not because I find any enjoyment in that. I don't. I want you to go to heaven, and I want you to be in paradise eternally forever in the presence of God, and to enjoy what that is. The presence of God being the greatest thing that you could ever have. Not whores, not sex slaves, you know, women endlessly in Jannah, nothing like that. So for you where you are now, you need to repent, and you need to pray to the real God, the true triune God, and repent of your sins, repent of believing in the false prophet Muhammad, and instead believe in Jesus as he really is, and as he really told us in the earliest testimonies we have of him, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and that he is the living God. He is the Messiah who incarnated into this world, born of a virgin. He did not sin. He lived a sinless life. He was baptized, and at his baptism, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit were present. That he was crucified under Pontius Pilate, and that 3 days after he rose again, he resurrected. And after that, he then ascended into heaven to sit at the right hand of the Father. If you believe that, then you will be saved and you will be in heaven. But in where you are now, you will not have that.
Really, I believe in Jesus as a prophet, but really, if I do not just believe that thing, I'll go to hell. Like, that's a little difference.
No, it's a huge difference. That would be like me saying, yeah, I believe in the Quran, but only as like a work of poetry that doesn't have any basis in history or reality.
So
like, that wouldn't be sufficient, right? I would need to believe in a different sense. And you would be very clear on that. You'd be like, no, you need to believe in the Quran in this kind of way. So it's the same thing. We're both saying the same thing. I'm calling you to believe in the real historical Jesus as he presented himself, and you're calling me to believe in Muhammad in the way that he talked about Jesus 700 years later.
So I do not really understand the triune God concept. Like, is it Allah? Is it the same God?
Let's go into that. So what does the Quran say in Surah 42, ayah 11? It says that Allah is not like anything in creation. So from our perspective, we would agree with this. We would say, yeah, ultimately the Trinity is ultimately something that we cannot fully comprehend everything about, because we are talking about the nature of God, and no man can envision all of the nature of God until he has the beatific vision, for example. He sees God face to face in the afterlife. So we would agree with you there. I mean, like, does any Muslim truly understand Allah's 99 attributes? How is Allah one, but he's also 99? You understand that from our perspective, we can actually agree on this basic principle that no one fully understands God. And so to try and say, hey, I don't understand this, well, in a way, no one does. No one fully understands God. No one fully understands Allah in your Quran either. And your Quran says that. Allah is nothing like his creation. Well, is he one? Well, the Quran says he's one. Okay, well, am I one? Is there one Chris? Like, if you're going to be honest, you have to say no, because Allah is not like his creation, so he can't really be one in any sense. Because as soon as you say he is one in some sense, you've ascribed creation to him.
Why not just say that three gods? Like, what's the difference? Why have to be monotheistic? Like, there's no problem with three gods. Then I don't know.
Because our Savior said otherwise. In Mark, I believe it's Mark, it might be Matthew, forgive me, chapter 12, verses 28, 29, he makes it clear by quoting the Shema, which we find in Deuteronomy 6:4. Hear, O Israel, the Lord your God is one. So Christianity is a monotheistic religion because it says over and over again, both in the Old Testament and the New Testament, and in the words of Jesus, there is only one God. But Jesus elaborates on the Shema, and he gives additional information by explaining exactly how this is. And he talks about himself in relation to this. He says that he is the Son, the monogenes, the unique Son of God, that he has that kind of relationship with the Father, and whoever sees him has seen the Father. He then talks about the Holy Spirit, and to blaspheme against the Holy Spirit is to blaspheme against God. So, I mean, in Islam, similar kind of process. You guys believe in progressive revelation. You believe that some things were revealed in the Torah, then later on, some things were revealed to other prophets, then to Isa, and then to Muhammad. Right?
I really think about a lot about my salvation, like if I'm going to heaven or hell, even praying 5 times a day, doing the charity rosa, a full 1 month of starving. I really think because like there will be judgment day, and it's not sure that all Muslims will go to heaven. So what I find about Christianity is like is you are guaranteed to go to heaven. That's like the most
Well,
interesting
wait.
part.
Yeah, let's explore that. By the way, Jai DOC, if you want to jump in, absolutely fine. But otherwise, I'm just going to keep telling him about Christianity.
We're all happy. We're all happy letting you talk here, Chris.
Yeah. So
keep going.
yeah, you said, like, in Christianity, all you have to do is believe. So I want to make something clear here. Our salvation is dependent on Christ. It's what Christ did in his salvific actions of dying on the cross and then rising again. He is our atonement, right? So when we follow Christ, who offers us that free atonement, it's something free. It's like a check in your back pocket, right? We all have this check. It's just some of us will cash it in and some of us won't. But those of us who do, we are trusting in Jesus. We trust in him and what he has done for our salvation. If, for example, I told you that I trusted in Jesus, and the next day you saw me willingly and consciously going around murdering people, doing horrible things, whatever it might be, it's very clear that I haven't actually trusted in Jesus, right? I wouldn't have, in any sense, been sincere. But if I were to trust in Jesus, then I would listen to what he says in Matthew 5, the Sermon on the Mount, and I take that very, very dear to my heart, because that is the words of my Lord, the same Lord that conquered death, the same Lord that is God incarnate. He is my Savior, the Savior of the world. Because of him and what he's done, I will be in paradise because I accept him. And how do I know that I've accepted him? I know because of the faith I have, but also the way that my life lives out is a sign that I have accepted the faith. So I can't go around killing people. You can read Romans 6. Romans 6 talks about this. It says, so shall we continue in sin? Surely not, Paul writes. Paul is aware of this kind of thinking, if we're saved by grace, we can just go commit sin. But Paul in Romans 6 says, no, that's not what it is at all. Because just like in the crucifixion, Jesus is killed, so are we in that sense. We are crucified to our sin. And through baptism, or however we want to look at it, we are born in new life. So this is what it means to be born again. We need to be born again, and through that we have our salvation. So that's what I would tell you. And that to me is the beauty, or one of the beauties of Christianity, that Islam doesn't give you. Islam tells you, well, to be honest with you, in Islam, I'm not really sure what's going on, because there is hadith that says if a woman has children die, I think it's like 2 or more children die, she's guaranteed Jannah. That seems like a cheat code to me. It's a very horrible cheat code. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. But that to me seems like, okay, so if you do something in particular, you're guaranteed Jannah. Whereas in Christianity, we don't have that kind of like, do this specific thing, or if this bad thing happens, then you get this reward. We don't have that. For us, we trust in what someone has done, not in what someone will do. That's the difference.
So I really do not know about like the life being a Christian or the converting process, and I really like to explore a lot before like doing it. I see the Muslim debaters like doing some good things, like some so-called debunking. I don't know which side is correct. It's just so much confusion both ways.
Well, this is why you need to study, and this is why you should engage with us, right? Listen to people, listen to the Christians, listen to the Muslims, and ask yourself this. First of all, a very big question. What would you actually want? Like, do you want a religion that says you have to pray this many times a day, but if you don't pray in the right way, if your lower back is exposed, if an animal or a woman crosses you, this invalidates your prayer. You know, Allah will not listen to you. Is that like a loving God? Like imagine a man who's like lost his wife or lost his kids, and he prays to Allah in all sincerity. He makes du'at and he says, Allah, I want you to hear me and to hear my grief. Only to then think, oh, me speaking all this to Allah in all sincerity, weeping, tears and tears. Oh, I had my lower back exposed by mistake. That means the prayer is invalid. Oh, a woman walked in front of me, or a dog walked in front of me. Oh, that means it's invalid. We don't believe that, my friend. God is a God of mercy and of love and of justice. If you pray to God, Christians are told, you know what we're told? We're told that we should pray endlessly, pray without ceasing. We are called to keep praying, right? So we practice this in our own life. When we eat, we pray. We have a prayer of grace before we eat. Many of us do. Many of us pray before we go to sleep. Many of us pray when we wake up. We pray when we meet for Christians. We pray when we do things like this. We pray many, many times throughout the day, and we look for reasons to pray because that's what our Savior taught us. He didn't tell us, there's Fajr prayer. You got to wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning because Allah only going to hear your prayer at 4 a.m. in the morning, and you can't wait. And if you oversleep, that's bad. We don't have that understanding. We have a loving God that understands you where you're at and calls you into a place of repentance because he loves you. He knows you. We don't have a God that's distant. Allah is like a distant God, far away. He doesn't want much to do with us. He doesn't enter into creation. He makes creation and then pushes it at arm's length. He wants it to stay away. But in Christianity, Jesus, as the living God, dwells among us. And he teaches us how to pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. He teaches us what it means to love, what it means to practice our religion in a way that is compassionate and honoring of God. And he calls us to trust in him and what he's about to do. Because what he did changed the whole world. What Jesus did on that cross is the single most important event in all of history. And even secular historians will say this. Nothing is more important than what happened that day. The day that Jesus died and then he rose again 3 days later. That changed the whole world. The Messiah, the living God, he died in flesh. He rose again, conquering sin. And he said to the whole world, if you want salvation, you can have it. Believe in me and who I am. And that is something that you have. That's your choice. That's something that you can choose to do. And I hope you do, my friend. I hope you take the time to think about this. Think about Christianity and what Christians say. Think about who really knows the real Jesus. Is it Muhammad, who came hundreds of years later? Or is it his companions who wrote down the accounts of what they heard him say and speak, who saw him, who knew him? Thomas touched his hands. They ate food with him. They knew this man. And yet they were astounded at the things he did. This man was not a mere man. He's not just a mere prophet. He speaks in his own name. He heals the sick, the lame, the blind, the lepers. He heals them in his own name. And then he says, don't get it twisted. Me and the Father are one. If you've seen me, you've seen the Father. How do you honor the Father? You honor the Son, him. This is what we're calling you to, my friend. I pray that you reflect on this, and I'd love to hear you again at some point in future when you've had time to really think about this. I'll keep you in prayers. What's your name, my friend?
My name is kind of private. The name you see here is not my real name.
Okay. Well, if you don't want to share your real name, just whatever your I can't see your display name, but whatever it is, I'll let me know your display name, or Jai and DC can let me know, and
Yeah,
I'll keep
well,
you in prayers, my
Okay.
friend.
Yeah, we want everyone to pray for this man here that Chris has been speaking to, and everybody else who speaks to us in these live streams. Just remember that man that Chris spoke to on the 6th of December. If you don't give the name, and the only thing I would add to that is speak to the real God. If you're in confusion, you don't know which side is right, just say, "The God who created me, I'm speaking to you. If Christianity is the truth, please show me and lead me to it. Or if Islam is the truth, then do that. But I would say also do that and read the gospel, just so that you know what you're looking at. That's the only other piece of advice beside everything Chris said.
Okay, thank you.
You're
All right.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for coming. And we hope to see you next week or next time. We'll look up for your name, okay? You keep using the same username and I'll know who you are, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thanks for
bless.
coming.
God bless
God bless.
you, man.
All right, guys. So we get to knock out a bunch of super chats. And the last one was,
Where's the wood?
where's the wood? Well, he's back.
Yes,
He's
there
back.
he is.
Had to take care of a kid real quick.
He's back. All right.
That was an easy one to answer.
Yeah.
Daniel, thank you so much for being a new member. Holy Jesus, gifted one membership, thank you. And another one, thank you.
And another one. And another one.
Oh,
Does them one at a time there, one at a time.
all different colors too. I like that. Potato Sandwich, nice name. We love 24% of Muslim youth leaving Islam. May the Lord bless you and keep you for shalom.
Let's get it to 100.
Amen.
Amen. King Joel, thank you so much. Have you guys seen Christian Gadfly's Islamic Dilemma video? Really good video, and asked everyone to donate to Apologetics Roadshow.
What? Oh, I will share that one.
Yeah, definitely share that one.
Yeah.
I have to, let me see. I don't, hang on. Christian Gadfly.
You
That's
haven't
probably,
seen
that's
it?
probably Christian Gadfly.
Well, I
on a
don't remember.
different
I don't know
name.
if it's something I've seen or is something new. Oh, the one from 4 days ago?
Yeah, that's what I imagined.
No. I didn't see it. I never saw it.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, he does like deep dive. Really nice.
Wait, but I don't know if you guys know, but he's kind of weird.
Oh yeah, it's weird.
Was
yeah.
he weird in the video or is he normal in the video?
Oh no, he's weird in the video. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen him be really weird, alien stuff. Anyway.
Maybe not that weird in the video, but he has like lots of these little references and stuff, which is pretty cool. Not weird.
It is funny. Lawyer analyzes the Islamic dilemma.
Hey, Christian Gadfly, you don't need to come on a different name.
Yeah, we know that's
advertise
you.
Advertise your videos.
King Joel. Yeah, right. That's you.
King of Lawyers 10, Joel.
Definitely not
Joel
Christian
Gadfly.
Thanks, thank you, Joel, for that. God bless
Yeah,
you.
King Gadfly.
And we'll check it out. And I'm sure David will share it now.
No, I'm gonna watch it first because might want to go through something like that in a live stream. It's pretty long, but
it's a long one.
I don't know. Maybe we'll I have to see. I might watch it and be like, man, this sucks, man. This is the dumbest video ever, and I don't want to share this with anyone. Or it might be like, oh, this is cool. Let's go live about it. And yeah, we'll see.
All right.
You'd be like, I don't even want the money.
Oh, 57 minutes. Oh,
wow,
man.
that's a
Yeah, it was a long thing. I watched the
It's
whole
like an
thing.
entire trial. It is literally an entire trial in court of a lawyer examining the Islamic dilemma.
All right.
All being very weird.
Check that out.
Hey, that would be kind of a funny skit. We'll just rent like a studio that has a courthouse set and do an entire trial and stuff like this, and have a Muslim that.
And he just like we bring up like evidence, and it's the Quran quotes, and it's like, did you or did you not say this? And it's like,
Yeah. But we can actually have Muhammad take the stand, vocab as Prophet Muhammad take the stand and ask him about things he said in the hadith. Did you say you believe in this book and in the one who revealed this book?
we'll use the word musaddiq a lot as well. Like, we'll
But
use
in my defense, as everyone knows, I can't read.
It's gonna be like, oh wow, someone was watching that. Oh,
we got Sabbath Breaker turned ape.
Oh dear.
Yo, Chris, I think Bobby P spent the
Some
money on hair.
Wait, he has hair now?
Who's Bobby?
Bobby's
right?
perspective.
Bobby's,
Oh,
yeah,
please tell me he has hair. Please tell me he has
Spent-
lots and lots of luscious hair.
Spent what money?
He was doing the best. He's got hair.
Oh wow.
Oh
He's got
man,
Huh.
Bobby's
Oh.
perspective has hair now. Man, yeah, he must have bought hair.
Was he bald before? I can't remember.
Oh wow,
wow.
yeah, he
Yeah,
I've seen
definitely
it before.
bought
Yeah,
that.
he was bald. He was
Yeah, he
full-on
definitely
bald.
Like shaved head bald or
Like
just
shaved
like
head
bald? Okay.
Wow, that is a lot of hair.
Oh wow, yeah. I've just scrolled down to look at his older videos. Yeah, he was 100% bald, and then
Well,
poof.
did he just wait to post a long time until his hair grew in?
No, looking at this, no, he didn't.
Trying to see.
Oh, did he delete his bold stuff?
Well, unless he bought a
You're gonna
wig.
scroll down pretty far.
Yeah, like 5 months ago.
Okay, well, I can't scroll down that far.
But yeah, he
All right, well,
just real quick, he basically launched like a GoFundMe page that he hid behind like a paywall. So you had to pay money, like $30, to get access to a
Smart.
GoFundMe page.
Smart.
So basically, he wanted people to pay twice.
Smart.
And I called him out, like, man, this is just a con.
Hey,
Yeah.
everyone, donate $10 to see how you can give me money. That's funny.
Yeah, that's what it was.
That's funny.
Yeah,
Classic.
Really clever. Mm.
Classic Bobby's perspective.
That's him.
Wait, so you guys think
Wow.
he actually like paid money to get a head full of hair? You could just go grab a wig pretty cheap.
And it just seems
That's
to have
true.
disappeared.
Hmm?
So maybe he did just buy a wig.
You can go to
Hey.
Turkey.
Hey, you know what's funny? So I always have trouble falling asleep, but I periodically get like horrible insomnia. Like you can't fall asleep, but you still get more and more tired, and like you know the entire night you're like, day for me, but you're sitting there, okay, maybe I'll fall asleep now, maybe I'll fall asleep now, and then you're looking and it's like, okay, if I fall asleep now, I still got 4 hours before I need to be up, so I get 4 hours sleep, and then 2 hours go by. Okay, if I fall asleep now, I could get 2 hours sleep in, and then and then it's up. Now it's time. I've got stuff to do, and then you feel terrible all day. You get more and more tired. You just don't fall asleep. Anyway, really, really sucks. And even other times it'll be a situation where I'll fall asleep, but then I wake up an hour and a half later and I'm wide awake and so on. So yesterday, my wife sends me this article, and it says that fixing a broken nose can help with insomnia, right? So she says, it's this article. It says this research has shown that if you have problems in your passages caused by broken nose, or in my case, like 5 broken noses in the past, that it can interfere with your breathing and keep you from falling asleep. And I'm sitting there thinking, are you trying to help me fall asleep, or you just want me to fix my broken nose, right? Like, are you trying to use that to trick me into fixing my nose? Anyway, like, what do you expect me, guys? Help me sleep better. Donate but it's just so my wife sees my beautiful straight nose. Weird stuff. Anyway, my manipulation detector went off when I saw it. You're not tricking me with this, lady. I am wondering, though, does it actually help? Because that would...
Maybe it can help your breathing.
It might, if you have a deviated septum, like the middle part of the nose.
Yeah, you can't see exactly, but it's because it was broken in multiple times, and it was almost always when I was younger, before I knew how to move my head and block and stuff like this, and I would just do this kind of like Michael Myers, keep walking at people as they're punching me, and so anyway, yeah. But if you actually if you
David
feel
Lloyd
it,
Michael Myers.
no, if you feel it actually zigzags. Like inside, the cartilage actually zigzags, and I breathe probably 90% on one side of my nose.
Oh yeah, that might help you.
Yeah, it might help.
Yeah, like watch if I go like this. Like if I breathe in only once, I'll watch. Anyway.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost all through one side. Anyway,
Look, your wife might be onto something.
Well, I don't know, because if she's if I have to ask her straight up, if she's asking me because she wants me to have a straight nose, I'm not doing. Although I have to wonder, like, if my wife wanted me to have a straight nose, is that something I should? Because I'm like, no, I like your hair long and not short and all this. Anyway, I don't even know. But I don't know. But my manipulation detector would not allow me to do it if she was just trying to trick me into fixing it. If I'll have to read it. If it actually helps and would make it more likely that I could sleep, that would be like absolutely life-changing. I have to say, I find that very suspicious because I've always had trouble sleeping. Although I've always had a broken nose, so I don't know.
It's not very noticeable. Like, it's not like a deformed nose, so I don't think it's.
Oh, it's pretty deformed. It's pretty deformed. Again, it goes. So here at the bonus top, and then it cuts way over this way, and then cuts right back this way, and then cuts this way, and then bends this way on the inside. That's what's going on. That's from getting the crap kicked out of me multiple times. I also had a bad habit of fighting more than one person at once and stuff. So someone always ends up just punching me in the face, kicking me in the face, something. I don't know. And I have to say, it didn't matter what else happened in the fight, whether I won or lost or destroyed people or whatever, my nose would always get busted somehow in the fight. I can be winning, losing, anything, and somehow I'm walking out of there with blood gushing out of my nose. Fun times.
So you didn't go to
Trailer park, baby.
No, they didn't go to hospitals and trailer parks.
No, and I didn't know you can actually, because I heard this from rustlers. Apparently, they bust their nose all the time by accident in the ring and stuff like this. And you can actually, you get a strong person to like just with his thumbs, like Hulk Hogan said, Andre the Giant used to do that for everyone because he was the best. He would just go alongside your nose, and they said it's horribly painful as he's like pressing it, but he gets it all in place, and then it heals like that. But no, apparently, yeah, when it's been busted, they have to re-break it, and then they have to re-break your nose, which for me, they'd be re-breaking it in multiple places, and then I guess smashing it into place or something. This is weird to be talking about during this live stream, man. Why were we talking about this? Oh, because the hair thing, the hair thing led to all that, and then I was like, my wife tried to trick me yesterday with some of that stuff.
So this is what we're looking at, guys.
Yeah.
This is from 5 months ago. This is what his head looked like.
This is the before.
And
you want to see the after?
And I go boom, boom, boom all the way.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
How's that not just? I've had a pretty short hair before. Is that growing back, or is that like hair transplants, or is that a wig?
It's hard to tell.
I think it might be a transplant because it was gradual.
Yeah, but it also would be gradual if he's growing it back as well. So,
man, that's
anyway.
where all the money went.
That's Chris's theory. Yeah. Oh, he got the bacon guy.
People defeat Islam with bacon. That sounds like a funny video, actually, to be fair.
Yeah. All right, so that's Bobby's new hair, guys. I guess that's.
I think people misunderstand the bacon stuff, because different people are doing different stuff with bacon, and Muslims are kind of taking it seriously. Like, do you think this will defeat us? And like, it seems more like people are like, hey, we're sick of. We're sick of like walking on eggshells around you guys and trying not to offend you when you're constantly doing offensive stuff, and then expecting us to bend over backwards not to offend you in any way. And no, we're not going in that direction anymore.
Yeah, yeah, we did a stream on that. There is this case. These guys in Florida are being charged with hate crimes or something like that, and they actually came to the live stream. They came to the live stream as we're covering them. And everyone was giving their take on it and what they thought, if this was like just trolling the Muslims, or if they actually were like seriously trying to evangelize, or whether they're like doing clout, whatever. Everyone gave all their different views, and they actually showed up and they were like engaging with people in the chat. But yeah, those guys did stuff with bacon as well. So they were basically they found Muslims praying at some like parking garage.
And they taunted them with bacon.
Yeah.
And the imam cried because of it in a press conference.
Yeah.
That's what. See, I'm not crazy about being deliberately offensive towards people who aren't doing something messed up. If you're doing something messed up, I'm all for being deliberately offensive to people who are doing messed up stuff. But I mean, the double standards are just crazy.
Yeah.
This is what you guys cry over. Not the grooming gangs and the horribly abused victims, not the victims of the jihad attack. It's anything that causes slight discomfort to you. That's, oh, we have to weep. We have to weep for what? All the tens of thousands of girls that were groomed and raped and pimped and everything. Those, no, this guy had bacon. What?
Oh
Seriously?
yeah, even in the press conference, you saw that too. They would the imam kept emphasizing about the bacon and like they disrespected our dietary restrictive laws and but they were talking about like azut and stuff like that, and they were talking about Muhammad getting raided and his bottom was hurting and stuff, and like and that's what he focused on was the bacon. And we're like, wait, where are your priorities, man? Like,
it's because he didn't want to go to the zut side of things.
Wait, they knew about the zut? These guys knew about the zut?
They did.
Wait, does everyone know about the zut now?
Yeah.
They mentioned the zut.
Is that just getting down? Is that just like becoming completely popular level by now?
It is. Well, it's getting there. If
Mainstream. Hey, we need to put together all the examples of this and make a video or a live stream called "The Mainstreaming of Al Zut."
Wait, David, you remember if any Muslim has questions about the Al-Zut, like what on earth is the Al-Zut? They Google it. Your video is the one they get recommended, right? So, I mean, you can't get any more mainstream than that in a way. Like Muslims have been asking about it.
Good. So, Latino Presby, are you going to watch the Closeted Atheist Junior burn a Bible tonight? His goal is to burn down Islam from the inside and invalidate Christianity. Why else would a Muslim burn his own scriptures?
Well, there's the possibility that he's as stupid as he seems, and in his mind, I will show them, blah, blah, blah. And you have lots of people who are just addicted to attention, and he seems pretty comfortable with any kind of attention. Even if he does something and everyone blasts him for it, he's happy with that. So hats off to you, Junior.
Yeah, he's also calling out the Dawa Muslims. There's like a tweet he did just today I saw, and he's like talking about, yeah, your favorite Dawa guys do this for money. What, I don't get money for this, or he did something like that, and I was like, oh wow, this guy comes in swinging.
Nice.
Yeah. So guess who's making the Zut mainstream?
Yep.
And besides us.
Yeah. So Junior. Gosh. Definitely going to be face of Dawa 2026.
Oh, yeah.
Dawa 2026 is being led by Junior. Hey, what's this? Muslim skeptic. Hey,
Yeah,
he did it.
we might want to go over this. Yeah.
Responding to the latest Judeo-Christian filth. Al-Zut and sexual depravity ingrained in the Judeo-Christian subconscious. This dude is so stupid.
This has got to be AI, like.
Yeah, it's definitely AI.
Oh yeah, the pictures are, yeah. Oh, and I think it's from us. I think we did that for because AP used to play around with AI for our pictures, and I think those are ones he came up with. So Daniel couldn't even come up with his own AI pictures, but he does come up with some stupid videos that are fun to respond to.
Yeah, we might want to.
Oh wait, no, that's just an article though.
Oh, it's just an article.
That's a link to an article.
Well, it's the
Muslim it's actually not even written
like
by.
It's not by him.
It's not written by him.
Really?
It's written by one of his researchers.
Oh, awesome. Hey, well, yeah, maybe we'll take a look at that. But, so now we've got the Muslim skeptic responding to the story of Al-Zut. We had Hamza and the Muslim cowboy responding to it. I bet this is gonna go well for them, guys. Definitely gonna go well for them. We're dealing with the top brass. We're dealing with some tactical geniuses. They're on the ball. Yep. Their powerful articles and videos are going to destroy the Al-Zut story. We'll see.
That's right. So yeah.
Hey, hang on.
What's up?
It's hard to popularize like 10 things at once. So if we had to decide like one of these kind of things, like weird thing to popularize in 2026, like where we're doing other stuff, we're focusing on other arguments and so on, deal with Muhammad in the Bible, but we want to popularize some weird thing. What do people think? What should that be? Right now I'd be thinking, but this might just be because I just made a video on it, but I'd be thinking about Allah and Jibreel and what happened with Mary for the incarnation. I'd be
Oh
thinking
yeah.
that just because they don't know that this weird stuff is in their sources. So maybe that, and it's simultaneously a jab at both the Quran and the Hadith, because the two Siemens theory, that's in the Quran and the Hadith. And so, but that leads into the weird view of how what Allah had to do to make Mary pregnant. And so anyway, that would be the first thing that popped into my head, but there's so many other things. There's Muhammad wearing women's clothing and prancing around in his child bride's nightie. There's the story of him sleeping with his dead aunt or whatever. Lots of stuff to popularize, but it's kind of like you have to pick one and keep re-emphasizing it over and over and over again until it becomes mainstream.
You know what I like?
Yeah, go
just real quick. The one that I use a lot is actually, the camel urine thing. Well, a lot of people focus on that. I like to focus on the bit after it. So, Muhammad convinces these guys to drink the urine of camel to cure them of their illness, their ailments. They then decide, this doesn't seem right. So they kill the
shepherd.
camel, that shepherd, that's the one. And then Muhammad's like, what should we do? These guys have run away now. What should we do? So he goes and finds them, he grabs them, and he burns their eyes out, and he removes their limbs, and they die a very slow, painful death. And I illustrate
begging
this.
for water.
Yeah, because he basically does something out of Halloween, right? Like a horror film. He brutally tortures people to death. And I always contrast this with like, do you think that guy is on the same level as Jesus? And every Muslim is like, they can never quite get past that. And I'm like, yeah, you need to look at this. Your guy burnt people's eyes out with hot irons and removed their limbs.
Of mankind.
Yeah, that's actually a triple whammy there. That's a triple whammy. I was mentioning like the story with Jibreel and Allah. It's kind of a double whammy because you got that issue, the weird issue that they're not familiar with, and then you've got a massive scientific error in the Muslim sources because you got the two Siemens theory. So that's a double whammy. But the triple whammy, so you have just the drinking camel urine is the cure for your ills, which is just stupid. Then you have what you pointed out, that Muhammad seems like a violent psychopath when he's burning their eyeballs out and so on. And by the way, there's the hadith where I forget which companion, one of the companions was asked by someone who came along later and heard the story, was it because of what they did or for kufr? And he said for kufr. In other words, it was for rejecting Islam after they become Muslims. Said that's why he was doing it. It wasn't some sort of retaliation or something like that. It's nope. He was enraged that they had left Islam.
Wow.
But then on top of that, you have Muslims clearly doctoring their sources and their stories to avoid the horrible embarrassment. Because if you read that, their version of events is these guys show up, they've converted to Islam, they show up, the climate doesn't agree with them, they get sick, and then Muhammad says, drink camel pee to solve your stomach ills. They drink the camel pee, and amazingly, they're healed, and they feel so much better, and they become enraged and go and kill the shepherd and scatter the camels. And it's like, okay, so these guys are Muslims. He tells them what to do. It heals them, and then they feel better, and then they're enraged and they become apostates. Isn't it way, 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 way more likely that these guys came there, they got sick, the prophet that they believed in, as the prophet tells them to do something, they go do it, they get worse, and then they're enraged because, wait, we followed this guy and he just got us to drink camel pee? And then it does nothing and makes us feel worse? Oh, no, we are not following this guy anymore. And then he gets enraged for exposing him and then carries out his rage by burning out their eyeballs. That seems way more likely, which means that then they doctor the stories to make Muhammad not look like a complete false prophet.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way. We can say that Muhammad was anything but merciful.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. And it's not even the only torture account. You can use the Kenan ibn Rabia one where they tortured him for the money, the treasure. He didn't do anything wrong. He didn't even join Islam and then leave it or anything. He just kept the treasure of his people.
See, those are all.
Oh, I just want to point. Chris pointed out, Muhammad the Merciful. So Muhammad's a mercy to all mankind, but if you actually read the story, it should be changed to Muhammad is a brutality to all mankind. He's a brutality.
So you guys are thinking like in multi-layered ways, like this can be, this way, and then you can apply it to this thing, and then you have this theological implication. And I'm thinking of the story of the guy who sits on a miswak and he gets pregnant. I don't know if there's any theological application of that, but that was the one that I was thinking about. He gave birth to some sort of like
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, the toothbrush.
Yeah.
That might be a good one, man. Muhammad's toothbrush made this dude give birth out of his butt to a mutant, what was it, fish?
Yeah, you could do.
What was the hybrid?
Was
it was like
rabbit?
Yeah, fish, rat, rabbit, or something.
Yeah. And we
What
can
you
really
do
talk about biology.
No, you make a video, and it's like, those like sex ed videos, like in the 50s or something, like black and white. But instead of like a normal Western perspective, it's the Islamic perspective, and it's like, careful, you don't want to do this. This will happen when you're older, and beware of the miswak. If you sit on this, then you'll have this deformed baby, and
There you go. Beware Muhammad's muswak.
Beware. So I just put up the reference for this here.
Yes, that she's called the little girl because she was allowed to play. Oh no. Yes.
Yep, that's correct.
Yep.
She's called a little girl. That is from Sabbath Breaker Turned Ape. Thank you for that. True.
Could Chris make another game and call it Mubuk Hala? Challenge players to be the fastest to write the best book to destroy Islam.
Man, the amount of games you could write just about Islam, just, poking fun at things is endless. The amount of ideas I've had and all sorts, it's all just a question of, the time it takes to make them. But if I don't know, if enough people ever wanted to see a game be made in a certain way, and there was enough support for it, then yeah, I'd make other things. But yeah, that's a really good idea.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you,
Jack Ray.
Shamsu, member, thank you. Renew. Thank you. I need to read more books like Mike Winger so I can educate myself better about Islam. Okay.
All right.
I don't know how many books Mike Winger read, but
that's a good way to educate it on
I have to say, even though Mike Winger is the biggest nerd ever and pretty much the worst person in history, he has been wrecking Islam over on his Twitter page. So don't know if that's him finally being useful for something or him just trying to win me over, which is never going to happen. But no, sorry, Mike, not going to the Star Trek convention with you. But yeah, keep roasting Islam, dude.
David's his manipulation antennas are going off, and he's like, "I see where you go. I see what you're doing, dude." Thank you for that super chat.
ITS apologetics, thank you. I can't believe Chris just lied. Muslims outshine Christians by millions in the field of first cousin marriage.
You got me there. They beat us there in every metric. Every nation, Islamic nation, outperforms us by a lot in first cousin marriage.
Do you know that saying, cousins make dozens? With Muslims, cousins really do make dozens.
I thought you were going to say that phrase originates in Islamic cousin marriage. I believe that if you told me it.
I heard it from an American channel.
Carl, they should just make a Netflix series about the Islamic dilemma at this point. It would be a smash hit. Not in the Uzut sense, though. Yeah. How would you turn that into a Netflix series, though? Maybe like a series of debates or something?
No. If it was Netflix series, it'd have to be some Muslim freaking out about the Islamic dilemma and trying to solve the problem. And he hears it from some Christians. He gets embarrassed. So he goes to his local dawah guy who says, "This is how you respond." Then he says, "Oh, this is how I refute the dilemma." Then he goes to Christians and gets completely crushed. And he goes back to the dawah guy. "Why did you say that? They just humiliated me." And the dawah guy says, "Well, it wasn't meant to actually be a serious response. It It was just meant to make you more comfortable in your religion and to think that we had a response. And then he has to eventually leave Islam.
Sounds a lot like Islamicize me. But yeah, it would have to be like a documentary where it's like some person who goes in a proper British way. What was it? I've discovered a real problem with Islam, and and then it's just like this guy going around interviewing all these imams who have no clue and no idea how to answer it. It would be that kind of thing.
Dilemmacize me.
Dilemmacize me. Not in
good. In the other sense.
Yeah. Tommy Robinson, Unite the Kingdom, putting Christ back into Christmas carol singing event on 13th December, 2 p.m. in central London. Attend if you can.
Sadly, I cannot. I'm not welcome there.
Yeah.
Yeah. They know you're too
We'll get you.
dangerous.
We'll sneak you in on a boat, a little rubber dinghy. We'll get you in.
I'll just jump on. I'll just jump on with all the migrants.
Yeah.
You get a hotel room.
David Wood there.
You'd be the first illegal immigrant to get kicked out of the UK.
Hey, we were fine with all you jihadis coming here to slaughter us, but we will not have this Dave D. Wood guy in our. It'd be funny. That leads to massive hey, that's what we should do. All those of us who aren't allowed there, we start coming on the little dinghies, and then they have to finally enforce some rules.
You know
Like
what we're actually at now?
like a Coast Guard and all that stuff.
We're actually at the point where we have people who have been kicked out of the country because they didn't have they weren't legal, they were illegal immigrants. They were kicked out and they just got on a boat and came straight back. We've actually got to that point now. There's documented cases of illegal immigrants being kicked out only to just get on a rubber dinghy from France, Calais or wherever. They just come straight back in. And then we find them again and we're like, oh, good to see you again, but I'm pretty sure we kicked you out last time.
It's the hospitality is too good. And they still have them back a second time.
That's how
food as well. We got great food.
That's how the U.S. border was understood back in the day. I was locked up. When I was locked up, there were some Central and South Americans and stuff, Mexicans, and I was in the same cube with this guy, Lucio Alvarez. But he said that they will make him serve his time, and then since he's an illegal, he serves his time, and then they will deport him. And I said, but your kids live here. And he goes, I'll be back the next day. And it's like, that's how it is.
Wow.
Nice. All right. Attend if you can, guys, if you want to do that. All right. After watching the Andrew Wilson versus Daniel Pikachu debate, I now believe you guys are extremely cruel to Muslims. From now on, you must debate Muslim with half your brain tied behind your back.
Or we only let them debate women, and therefore it's even, according to them.
Yeah, I'll tie half my brain behind my back.
Well, then you'd be quarter brain.
Look out for that guy. Look out for that, guys. In the new year, there will be a all woman show versus.
Yeah, it's gonna be based.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I can't wait.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. What about a dream of? What about? Oh, because the guy was talking about how he had dreams of Islam being true.
Right,
and he said, okay.
Apparently, preaching causes pain now.
Thank you for the shekels. We got shekels. All right. Much love from Greece. We know exactly what Islam is. Lived under its brutal occupation for 400 years. Never again. Thank you for your work. Keep going. We stand by you. Thank you.
God bless you, man.
God bless you. All right. Do Muslim sources talk about the effects of cousin marriage in terms of what happens to kids? I'd assume a lot of kids were born with difficulties.
Yeah, maybe that's what the story about the mutant fish rabbit rat baby was really about, and then they just changed it. Like, what if this guy was just like the 70th generation of first cousin marriage, but this guy also happened to stick Muhammad's muswak up his butt, and then they thought it was because of that, when in actuality it was the mutations.
Your cousin is a miswak to you.
It's like code. It's code in the Muslim communities.
That's hilarious.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't think
you expecting too much. If the difficulties happen, they think it's Allah's will and try again. with the same cousin.
Yeah, that's how they think today.
Yeah.
Like today, they think like that. So that's how they think. That's how Muslims just think.
Yeah, there are many families that I actually met myself, and they have 3, 4 children with the same thing, and they were told from the first child onward, because you're cousins, you're going to have the same extreme difficulties, and they still have saying, well, Allah can do anything.
Yeah, guys, that's yeah, when you have these recessive genes that cause these problems, but then you end up with, because of all the generations of first cousin marriage, both parents have both recessive genes. Guys, the kids are getting it. The kids are getting whatever horrible disease or deformity that the parents have. So
yeah.
Oh, they've had all that explained to them.
Yeah, they get explained to them, and then they just say, "Oh, if Allah's will, then
Allah's will, then
it's good enough for Muhammad."
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Cheryl, for the 20 gifted members, and we got Rich became a member. Thank you for that, and
inbreed cousin.
Inbreed cousin. Okay.
Became a YouTube member. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, bring your cousin too.
Yeah.
Timothy, thank you. I've had to lurk and be on team replay for what seems like forever. Glad I got to see you live in what seems like forever. Keep up the good work. God bless you and your work to proclaim the gospel.
Thank you, Timothy. God bless you. Glad to have you. 30 Zut witnesses.
Oh, we got Christian Gaffly again. King Joel.
Yeah.
You got him
You didn't
again.
plug your video this time, though. But hey, thanks, Joel, for that.
Not in the Zut sense.
Not in the Zut sense. Steph, thank you for becoming a member. I want to see. What do you want to see?
Yeah, what is it you want to see? It's so mysterious.
Thank you for that, though.
Dilemma size me?
Oh, dilemma size me, maybe, yeah.
Mutant baby.
Maybe.
Thank you, DR, for the gifted memberships. 5 gifted memberships.
Steph says, God bless DOC, Jai, Chris. I got the first blessing. David and Chatters, keep bringing the truth. Thank you.
Thank you. God bless you.
God bless you. We've got the Bacon Crusades have commenced.
Yeah, there's a lot happening with bacon.
Apparently, bacon is very strong now to do all kinds of
It's
things.
the people were saying it's not the kryptonite, it's the baconites. That's the baconite of Islam. That's what they say. Thank you for that. Zut is becoming cultural internet phenomenon. Yeah, it is. It actually is becoming more mainstream.
It's because of all the jokes. I think because the
We
jokes
do need
have-
to.
Yeah, need to push that.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, we need more. We need more. We do need some merch. L, I still haven't done it, but she recommended like a T-shirt, and on one side it has like a gorilla or something, like an animal or something like this, and then a bunch of people standing around it watching it, and it says Al Zoo underneath it. Zoo, an animal, and a bunch of people standing around watching. So it says Al Zoo, and on the back it's got Muhammad surrounded by people, by the men of Al Zut, and it says Al Zut. Anyway, I thought that was dumb enough to be funny on a T-shirt. Al Zoo and Al Zut.
That could happen. It could work. It might get people beat up though. But I dropped the evidence backstage. I think is that the guy who, I don't know, is that Muslim? Because I did see someone who posted a link. But I don't know.
Yeah, you have so many names. If it is you, we're not sure, but we'll check it.
All right, thank you. I see the link, academia.edu. Daniel Pikachu, stop making Zut jokes. They were just new reverts. That
He's got to catch up with him.
That Mo, welcome to his intimate circle.
His literal intimate circle.
Yeah. Nice.
Hey, D Wood, Turkish Christian here. How can I join the Islamic Dilemma projects? Also, Jai DOC, please share the documents in docs so we can translate.
You should just wait until we come out with our stuff, probably.
Yeah. Chris is almost done with his book. David's working on his book, and those can be translated. Those things can be translated. So that's cool. Another Turkish Christian. All right. God bless you. Yep. So look out for those books. Those are the documents you want to look out for to translate. Play the Islam Woe random hadith displayer for a few minutes if you need new ideas for topics. Oh, is there a
Islam Wow?
Is that a thing, Chris, or do you guys know about that?
I'm guessing it's some kind of application or something that just displays random hadiths. I don't know what Islam Wow is in particular, though, but I imagine it's something like that.
Okay.
It's kind of funny because when you have something wow, what's in everyone's mind was there used to be something called Sham Wow. That was this awesome cleaning rag. And so, but it's funny, if it was Sham Wow and it's Islam Wow, then Islam is replacing sham there.
Islam Wow. Yeah, Islam's a sham.
Sham.
Should be called Islam Sham.
Islam. Spicy Bapticostal. What is the Muhammad sleeping with the dead ant incidents? Oh yeah, David referenced that. That's the incident there. Maybe you're asking for a source.
Yeah, that's in Kanz al-Ummul, but yeah, it's a weird story. It's like the story of Al-Zut, in that it sounds like something's really weird is going on, but they want to give a charitable interpretation. And if you're not in exactly a charitable sort of mode, sounds like a really weird, messed up story.
Yep. That's true. Definitely a weird, messed up story. Thank you for the super chat. Wonder if Muslims will boycott PBD now after they addressed Sheikh Ketchup backing out of the debate with God Logic. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I heard that PBD banned Sheikh Uthman from ever coming on his platform, and they gave God Logic a shout out. I think he's going to be working on a video to respond to that.
Did you actually watch the video that PBD
Why would they ban him?
Made on it?
Did he agree to it and then back out?
So in the video, basically, like the guy gives this explanation. He says, "Yeah, we were in communication. He was talking with Eddie. I think it's Eddie from the
Dean Show.
Dean Show, that's the one.
Dean Show.
And yeah,
Dean
that's
Show.
the guy. I think anyway. And he was like having a good conversation, and they were trying to like get people on. And Eddie was saying, "Hey, I saw Sam Shamoon on. You should totally have Sheikh Uthman on." And the PBD host goes,
he doesn't know. They really think he's willing to do stuff.
Yeah, I know. And apparently Sam even said, look, this guy will never come on if I'm on. But basically, anyway, it ends up with Sheikh Uthman later releasing a video where he talks about this idea of debating Sam Shamoon or going on PBD or whatever. And then he fabricates something about PBD. He says, these guys told me that if I went on PBD, I could not attack Christianity. I could only defend Islam. And basically in this video that PBD made, the host says, that's an outright lie. I've never said that. And for that reason, I don't play these games. So Sheikh Uthman will never be allowed on this show.
Yep. And they gave God Logic some sort of shout out, right?
Yeah, they did, yeah. What was it? Sam Shamoon mentioned Avery as another person to bring on with him. And they mentioned like, oh yeah, Avery's great. Avery's a really awesome guy, which he is.
That's true. So Muslims boycott PBD. I mean, Muslims don't really. When Muslims were boycotting McDonald's, like the whole store was full of Muslims, and Muslims. So Muslims they're not really good at boycotting things. But I don't think it will have any effect if they boycott PBD. So, all right. I can't imagine why anyone would be angry after being told to drink camel pee and to cure their stomach aches. It's just so strange. Yeah, I know. It's very strange. Unbelievable, in fact. Do a Jerry Springer skit with Momo's toothbrush and a mutant fish baby. DNA results say.
You are.
Hey, that would actually be funny because the baby, it could have DNA from Muhammad because of the toothbrush, and therefore that was actually how the dude became pregnant.
Yeah. But who's the father? Who's the mother? Oh, maybe it's one of those two Siemens. You can kind of mix these stories together. Maybe there was some. Anyway, no.
There is an incident where a baby's paternity was in question, and they brought the baby to Muhammad, and he didn't know if the mom had which dude the mom slept with, and he said something like the three of them are involved.
Oh yeah.
And he looked at the thighs of the baby, and he said if the thighs are fat, he belongs to this dude. If you know some, and if it was weird, that has nothing to do with genetics. It's to do with like nutrition.
Yeah, like how much that baby weighed. Like, oh,
This
this
baby is more well fed than this baby. So
yeah,
but he couldn't work out at the end who was the father. Like Allah didn't tell him.
Yeah, that's funny skit idea.
That's in the tafsir of one of the verses.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that one. Spicy Pentecostal instead of 0 dark 30, what about Zut dark 30 for a documentary about Zut?
Zut dark 30. That's perfect.
Zut dark 30.
Because you got the 30 and the. It's awesome.
Just go around and ask people. So what do you say, Imam, about the Al Zut? And he's like, what? That'd be a great documentary.
That's when it becomes really mainstream, when Muslims start asking their local imams about it. Mutant fish rabbit rat baby reference. If anyone needs to search Siwak pregnant and Sunnah 2. Oh, they have it on Sunnah 2? Okay.
Siwak pregnant.
Nice. So Sunnah 2 and Siwak pregnant. There you go. Apostate of Allah, member for 2 months. Thank you so much. God bless you, sister. Whatever you need to collab, whatever you do, you need to collab with Daily Wire.
The Jews. Yeah.
Cool. Oops, what I do? I got rid of the chat by mistake. Collabing with the Daily Wire. I don't know. What do you guys think about collabing with the Daily Wire?
It'd be cool to be able to speak with someone like Ben Shapiro. You know, I disagree with him on a lot, but it would also be cool just to sit down and have a chat with him. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about that.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for that super chat. PBD podcast bashing Sheikh Ibn Fibin of Ketchup was amazing. God bless you all. Yeah. God bless you too. That's true. You got banned. The Christian meme pages are going all in the Zut memes, not in the other. That is true. We are Legion. We are cousins. Some brother, sister.
I work with Stephen Masood, Jesus to Muslims, fled UK for US as an apostate professor, and wondered how I could send JND his books and ministry information.
One of the mods, if our mods are still awake, let me see who's in the chat. One of the mods can give you our email address. I think they're probably asleep right now, actually. But put a comment under the video, and we'll look out for you. Give you our contact there. Thank you for the super chat. And last one, I have 10 kids, but never kissed any of them. Well, what's wrong with you?
Sounds like a quote of someone who someone said that to Muhammad. That's what
I'm just trying to think what's related to, but you should probably kiss your kids, okay?
Hug them.
Yeah, give them hugs. Oh yeah, this is another one. I'm a Messi fan, but in this case, I say zoo. Zoot. That's funny.
They have a funny name. I think maybe that's why it went off.
Oh boy. Oh, thanks. We got Samawi in the chat.
Thank you. Samawi's still awake.
Oh, and Phil. Wow, you guys are up late. All right, guys. Oh wait, we do have Jane. Let's bring Jane up. Because we told her we bring her back up, and then we'll end off the stream. So, welcome, Jane.
Hey, Jane, you there?
Still awake? She might have fallen asleep. I think
she might be like scrambling to turn the mic on. Maybe, I don't
know.
She may be in a different time zone.
Yeah, she's in a different time zone. Okay, that's fine. Maybe next time, Jane. All right, guys. That's the stream for today. Thank you guys all for coming. God willing, we'll be back next week with the call-in, and yeah, we'll try to prioritize Ever and Jane if we see you guys. Oh, we got one more super chat.
Any plans to start exposing some of the ridiculous Sharia rulings from Reliance of the Traveler?
There's always just so much to expose in Islam. It's like it never ends. I mean, not specific plans. No, we don't have specific plans, but I mean, it comes up. Those things come up like topically. like in our usual like reaction streams, if it's relevant, we might talk about it. But other than that, there's no like specific plans because we just have there's so much stuff for Islam. It's like throwing a dart into it's like it's like, you just like whatever
you'll hit something.
Yeah, you hit something.
I call it reliance of the pervert.
Yeah,
talks about like all kinds of things, sexual and bestiality and abominations and all those kind of things in Islam.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks everybody for coming. God bless you all, and Jesus is Lord.
Amen.
Thanks for coming, guys.
God bless you guys.
God bless.